It's time for another weekly installment of Brunch with My Creator, where we take a deep dive look at your favorite content creator. We get an understanding of what drives and motivates them and why they do what they do. Let's look. The panel and allow the panel to actually come up and ask a couple of questions. They have some questions
Of
for you.
course.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, guys. So keep tapping the screen. Let's get this thing at least up to 10,000 likes. Actually, you know what? Real quick before we get started, can we tap the screen, guys, and get up to 10,000 likes real quick? Can we get some power tapping going in? Because we want to make sure we get this thing out on the FYP and get the power tapping. I mean, get the page showing. So make sure you tap the screen, share the live out, please, and then we will go ahead and start the interview. That way we can get as many people in and get this interview process started and make sure that people have some really good questions. So tap the screen, share the live out, make sure that we are doing all those good things. We got Jessica on the panel right now, so please send Jessica some gifts, right? That always helps with the whole TikTok thing. All right, so let's do all
Yeah.
the good stuff. All the
I'm
good
telling my
stuff.
Discord.
Absolutely. I dropped it in mine as well. Jessica, what do you have planned for the rest of the day?
Live. We're gonna do a subathon, you guys.
Hey,
Want to do a nice little subathon, probably at minimum 4 hours. You guys have my time today. Uh, we're going to obviously talk politics. And the Trumpers are getting a little far in between. So if you guys we can go through the Trump file or the documents that were just released about January 6th. It's like 160 something pages. Hey Erica, hope you had a great time last night. Hey Free, I miss you.
exactly. Hey, E. Hey,
So yeah.
Free. Okay. Well, we're almost there. We're at 10,000 likes. Once we get to 10,000 likes, we'll go ahead and start this interview.
My clicker back on.
Exactly. I wanted to let him do this before I flip it because once I put Jessica in the big screen, you guys have to tap on my box in order to do the likes. So, okay, perfect,
Thank
perfect.
you, Eric.
All right, Jessica. So we're gonna give you the big screen, and it's gonna be like boom, right? It's gonna
I
be all. You
know.
ready? You ready?
I think so.
Boom!
That's me.
There we go.
Get back up, Jess. Back the fuck up.
Get back! You don't know me like that. All right. Perfect. Look, we got more people coming in already. That's exactly how we do it. All right. So, again, welcome to another weekly installment of Brunch with My Creator, where we have our very special guest, Jessica Cymone. Jessica, again, how are you this morning?
I am doing abundantly amazing. How about yourself?
I
How's
am
the chat doing?
blessed and highly favored. Thank you, Jeebus.
That used to be my number one, okay?
Yeah. Guys, just for people that's requesting up, just the FYI, at this moment, we're not taking anyone in on the panel. But once we finish this actual interview, if Jessica is okay with it, we'll have a couple of people up to ask questions. Jessica, how do you feel about that?
I am okay with that.
Okay.
Just get to know me.
All
Come
right,
into my
now,
world.
exactly. So I will let you guys know when to request up, but until then, just hang tight and enjoy the interview. Also, when we get to that point, make sure you actually have a question. I know you guys are going to come up here. Oh my God, Jessica, we love you. Oh, and I don't
I
blame
love
you.
you.
I don't blame you, but make sure when you come up, you actually have a question for her. All right,
Hmm.
Jessica, let's get started. So, I came across you again. I want to put a huge shout out for Omega, right?
Shout out
Omega.
to Omega.
Omega is the one that linked us because I was looking for black women to interview on a panel for supporting Kamala Harris, and he was like, "Oh, what about Jessica Simone?" And I was like, "I don't know who that is." And he was like, "You don't know Jessica Simone?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh, she's live right now. You need to go check her out." So I flipped over, and you were having so much fun. You were, doing your thing, but then you were like, I was sitting and I was like, this woman is the smartest person I've ever heard talk, right? And being in this whole TikTok space and coming across multiple panelists and all this other stuff, I hear a lot of smart people talking about a lot of stuff, right? But I've never heard anyone literally dissect information the way that you do You did it so eloquently. You did it with a smile on your face. I was talking to management last night, and she was like, "You know what I love about Jessica? Jessica doesn't have to raise her voice. She doesn't have to, yell or anything. But she will address people down in the sweetest, calmest voice ever. And literally, like that's your thing. So, Jessica, can you please give us a little bit more information about you? So, how did you get started with? Because you have a large TikTok following, but looking through your page, it looks like you were doing way more than just political stuff. So, give us a little bit of information about you, your background. How did you get started when it comes to social media, and what brought you to where you are right now, addressing political issues?
Well, this used to be my intro. Hi, welcome to the live stream. I'm Jessica Cymone, model, actress, content creator, writer, and producer. So I started off modeling young, and then modeling, moved to LA. That's my second home, 10 years,
It's mine
10
too.
plus years. Started off modeling, then acting. And then when you get into acting, they want a demo. But then nobody wants to hire you without experience. So I had to come. I started writing and I came up with my own web series called hashtag I'm Bay. It's on my YouTube. And it's about me, my self love, and I. And it's just about loving yourself more in the journey of self love, and how we really do have our own back. And we've gotten ourselves to where we are today through the good, bad, and the ugly. Um, and so obviously the pandemic happened,
Mm-hmm.
and my agent. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, oh, shit. Okay. Then my agent hit me up and was like, "Oh, you can live stream, or whatever." And I'm like, "I don't know what the hell that is, but I'm a workaholic." And I would Uber, I would do auditions, and then if booked till like 4 or 5 o'clock, then I would be a waitress at the Yard House at Staples Center from 5 to 2 in the morning, and then on the way home, I would Uber from like 2 in the morning to 8 a.m. and then sleep till it was time to get up and go to another audition. So I was working around the clock. So I'm like, whatever you have for me, I will do. And then after the first live stream, I was like, this is what I love to do. I love this. I feel like I see myself doing this. And since then, I've been on two other different platforms and made a lot of headway on there. Was a brand ambassador, um, billboards, winning a lot of competitions at New York, LA, New Orleans, Houston, Texas, and always on social media. It was more so just about fashion, lifestyle, some fun skits. I'm a people person. I love people, and it just works for me. But then, in transitioning from the last app to coming to TikTok, which is more broad, over there is more community like.
Mm-hmm.
Finding your niche and doing different things. Obviously, I have Bay, going to do different things, and the selection came up, and I still wasn't really live streaming that much here. But I was definitely for Biden.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whatever, anybody but the other side. And then VP Kamala Harris came into the fold, and I've always had like a good community base. Nothing to ever ruffle any feathers. It's always a fun time, positive vibe, and I kind of shy away from religion and politics because of the sensitivity of it. But when she got into the race and the way people were acting and talking about her
Mm.
and actually considering this dictator, this guy, this the other quote unquote option,
Mm-hmm.
I really started to do some prayer work. I had
Mm-hmm.
to talk to God, like she said. I had to call my pastor. I had to talk to God, and really dig deep into myself and just ask, like, this platform that you've built, what's the point of having it if you don't use it for good? What's the point of having a voice if you don't use it when it actually matters, or to impact people you know, for the better, to be able to change lives? Because there's a lot of misinformation,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know it all. Because, you know, you start thinking, I can't do that. I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. Only a fool thinks they know everything.
Absolutely.
And all you have to do is do the research, and you know you're good at that and you enjoy doing it. And spread the truth. Just spread the truth. And don't live in fear.
Hmm.
Like, people are going to attack you, and that's okay. When you're sure of who you are, it doesn't matter what they say. They can say whatever, but I've had this journey of the self love and just accepting me for who I am and being authentically myself. So what they say doesn't rattle me one way or another, especially when I know it's not true. I understand that that's a you problem.
Hmm.
You're dealing with your own issues, as I've already done my own shadow work. Um, so I was like, you have to use it, because what's the point? And don't live in fear, live in joy. And shout out to VP Kamala Harris for giving a lot of us purpose. And I have a niece. She's 4. I love her. She is a part of my purpose. And I want her to have rights over her own body
Absolutely.
uh, when she grows of age, or if anything happens to her outside of her will, or, whatever, with her and her husband or whatever. I want her to have choices. And I want her to know that she can be anything. She
Yeah.
want to be anyone, any position.
Yeah, no, listen, I think the fact that it's super interesting how you just said, I didn't know the path that you took to get to where you are, right? And even more so than that, for you to get to where you are and really seems like you're living in your purpose, right? You're standing in your
Hmm.
purpose because you're multifaceted. You are someone who has many talents, but it seems like you're genuinely happy doing what you're doing right now, and that's something that a lot of people don't get. And then even more so, speaking to your niece, right? I don't have any daughters, and but I have a ton of nieces, right?
Hmm.
My oldest, I have a bunch of nieces and nephews. My oldest is my niece, and I love them dearly. And to your point, seeing Kamala Harris become the next president of the United States would not only benefit them in multiple ways as far as setting that influence, but also setting them up to have control of their body and knowing that it's not okay for men of the ilk of Donald Trump to lead them. So
Hmm.
I thank you for doing that, and thank you for pushing forward with that part of your journey. So I kind of want to get into something else next, right? So
Hmm.
you said that you started um, as a model. You're an actress. You're a writer. I think you might have said that you were a DJ. You used to sell pizza. Like you've done so much, right? And
I've
you
lived a
have
few lives.
exactly, and you've been so successful in multiple facets, and also not only that, you've been around the board. The one thing that I want to get into, which I personally enjoy the most about you, right? Again, having this conversation with management, right? She says,
Mhm.
"Oh, just she's so pretty. I love her. I
I
love how
love
pretty she is."
management.
I was like, "Yeah, she's
Shout out to
pretty."
management. W management's in the chat,
Exactly,
please.
exactly. W's management in the chat. I know she's watching.
W motherfucking management in the chat.
Yeah, but I know she's like, oh, she's so pretty. I was like, yeah, yeah, she is, but she's so funny, right? And
Mhm.
so I love watching your videos where like there's certain videos and you just have comedic chops, right? You have timing, you have a sense of humor, you have an understanding of the moment, you have the ability to be outside of yourself. Where did that come from? How do you build on that, and why has that become like such an important part of who you are?
One thing about me ever since I was a kid, I love to laugh. I love to laugh, and the funniest things are the truth. And I don't know if it's because I'm a Gemini, but we definitely love to speak the truth sometimes. Sometimes it's hurt, whether it's about myself or others, or the situation. And I guess and I had this aunt who was real strict, and I guess I was the only one that had like a little charm to be able to
Mm-hmm.
say what I wanted to say to her, what everybody else was thinking, but in a like more funny way that they would just laugh because they knew it was true. So I guess it's always just been in me, and I just love to laugh. I love joy. I love to have a good time. Laughter is medicine to the soul. Um, and like, again, the truth is, I thought about being a comedian, but I didn't. I didn't. I guess I don't. I don't have the skills to write down comedy. I don't think.
Ah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure if I was to like go to classes or something, maybe. But it's just more so off the head or ideas that just come across, like the Beyonce whatever
Mm-hmm.
video, just things that come across my head. So I don't really have things I can write down because I did think about being a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I walk around the house and say some shit and just be laughing at my damn self. I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
you is so funny.
Yeah. Listen, I like it when you do character work, right? When you do like the jumping back and forth and you're a different person. That's so I grew up in the age, of course, of Martin, right? And Will Smith
Mhm.
and all of that.
I love my I know every episode.
You same here, right? And the fact that and the Nutty Professor, right, with Eddie Murphy, right, where the same
Hmm.
person plays multiple characters and you're talking to yourself. Like I love that, and so those are some of my favorite videos that you do. Um, how
Norbit.
exactly? Is that type of content difficult to create when you have to create a different persona and you're not just speaking as Jessica Cymone, but you're speaking as person A or person B? Like, how does that process work?
Now the idea are very easy for the most part because I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's the Gemini in me, but I'm always like when I always talk to myself. I feel like they say you're crazy if you talk to yourself. I think you're crazy if you don't talk to yourself. You
It's not that you're crazy if you talk to yourself. It's crazy if you answer yourself. Like,
wait,
what
how
we
she
gonna
gonna
eat
know what the
today? I
question
don't know.
is?
I want
Right?
some pizza. I don't know. We had pizza yesterday. Yeah, but pizza's no. You crazy as shit.
You gotta walk. You gotta work through it. How you gonna get to the end of it? You gotta answer. Yes. What do I want to do today? If I don't answer, I must still be stuck at the question. So I'm always like playing different characters or talking to myself or even thinking about other things and playing different characters in my head.
Hmm.
That's how I got with hashtag. That's a whole nother story. I'm Bay.
Hmm.
That's how I came up with that character, Bay, as in be your own Bay. You are your own Bay. That was crazy. But that's how I really started to get into the characters. Now filming it, as far as like on a set with production, sometimes can be difficult. But
Hmm.
when I'm doing them skits for more so TikTok or IG,
Hmm.
it's a little bit easier because
Hmm.
I'm really just throwing something on. But I have a lot of other ideas I want to do. I'm just waiting to move into a bigger space to be able to bring those ideas. Because trust me, I've already wanted to. I have an idea to be VP Kamala Harris
Hey.
and Trump and JD Vance and Walls, and I just really crack myself up in just thinking about it.
Yeah. No, listen, listen. I think being JD Vance is pretty easy. All you gotta do is throw on some eyeliner, and you got it. Right?
I
You're
know that's what
there.
I
That's
was gonna do.
it.
I was gonna put
That's
it
all
on
you gotta
heavy
do.
too.
That's all you got.
I
Listen,
was gonna put it on heavy.
listen. I no cap. If I was JD Vance, if they lose, I would definitely come out with my own line of eyeliner. You know how much
He
money he'll
should.
make off of that?
For real. He might as well just come
Might
on
as
out,
well.
baby.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's
Okay.
okay.
So, we talked about your actual social media experience. We talked about your other lives that you've lived. As a
Mhm.
model, as an actor, as a writer. Um, I said it seems like you're happy and you're walking in your purpose right now. But is there something that you have? I know you got a couple of concepts, and I'm not asking you to share your concepts if you don't want to. But is there
Mhm.
something that you're like? This is what I ultimately want to get to. This is what I want to be. This is my final form for all my Dragon Ball Z fans, right? Like, where do you see yourself as far as like, this is what I genuinely want to do or where I genuinely want to be in the future? Or are you there?
I don't think so. I'm more so going with the flow
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of things I said I was going to do, and this is ultimately that. And life has just kind of redirected me in certain different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And like even with modeling, you know, I'm a black woman from Texas. We got little hips or whatever. And I was like, oh, you need to lose more weight, lose more weight, lose more weight. I finally get down to a weight, I think maybe like 130,
Mm.
130.
Just how tall are you?
I'm 5'11.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
you were probably like super skinny.
I
130 at five.
was.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yes. And I didn't, I looked in the mirror. I was at a friend's house. I'll never forget during Thanksgiving. And I went to the restroom and I looked in the mirror and I looked sick.
Yeah.
I wasn't sick. I
Mm-hmm.
was completely healthy. I didn't like I didn't like seeing my bones.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm over here losing all this weight. Now I'm unhappy with me. So I could go into an agency and somebody who got hired can validate me
Yep.
when I should be validating myself.
Yep.
And from that moment on, I said, I'm going to be the way that I want to be and I want to live my life and be happy. And I'm going to turn myself up and they'll come looking for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I feel like I really started gearing more into my social media because if you are the brand, they'll come find you no matter what you look like.
Yep.
You don't have to do what conform to what they want you to be. Because what's the point if I'm unhappy with myself and how I look like, just so you could say, yeah, we'll take you? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And that's when I really started loving myself in different ways. I've already loved myself,
Mm-hmm.
but that's when I started loving myself in different ways and really put me first and understand that I am the prize. I am the brand. And turn yourself up. Like I said, and they'll find you. They'll come get you,
Yeah.
regardless of what you look like. Just like Cardi B, she can curse, she can say derogatory things. But baby, she got a Pepsi commercial.
But listen, I
They will
love
come and
Barty.
find you.
I love
Be
Barty so
yourself.
much. Listen, you know
Me
what?
too. I love her. Her and Megan Thee
That
Stallion. I'm a
I
girl's
do
girl.
too. That's what
Hmm.
it is. Jessica, that's okay. Boom.
That's why you can't play my favorite song.
What's your favorite song?
It's damn near anything
Is it
Megan. When
why?
I was leaving the night before last, when I was coming from getting drinks,
Mm-hmm.
I had Megan loud. I was like,
Yeah.
I was turned up. Okay.
Listen, okay, so I figured out why I like you so much, Jess, because genuinely, right? I like people, right? People are okay, but there's certain
Hmm.
people that you just like really connect with, right? And even though we've never met in person, I feel like I have a genuine connection with you, and I don't like I didn't know why, right? I was just like I like you, and
Hmm.
you said it
Same.
just now, and it's the same way that I feel about Cardi B, and it's the same way that I feel about Megan Thee Stallion. And the reason why I love them so much is because they're unapologetically themselves, right? They
Hmm.
seem genuine. They are who they are. They speak to who they are, and like
Hmm.
I love Cardi, right? And not only that, they're dope. Right, they're
Yes.
amazing. They're amazing musicians. They're amazing talent, and they seem like genuine people. That's what it
Hmm.
is, Jess. You have that. So okay, um, gosh, I forgot what my original question was just now because of that. You got me excited.
I
So
forgot too. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
no, no, no. Okay, so
I'm coming to Miami. We going to Miami. I was thinking about
a
you the other night, last night. I was like, oh, we going to Miami.
got to turn up in Miami. I haven't been in Miami in a couple of years. Um,
Dang.
okay, so Jessica, you mentioned that you're from Texas, right?
Hmm.
You lived in LA.
Hmm.
Um, with that type of background, that type of, you've had billboards and things in New York. Where do you see? I guess, do you feel like social media has been able to allow you to cultivate your following and your career outside of a specific area? Because I know for a long time it's like, if you want to do this, I have to be in LA or I have to be in New York, and everywhere else was just kind of. I mean, you could go to Paris or whatever, but how has social media really shifted your career? I know you spoke to like the pandemic, right?
Hmm.
And the fact that it opened up the door for you to continue to grind,
Hmm.
but has that really changed where you can say I'm gonna stay in Texas versus having to be in one of those other areas? What is that like for you?
Well, what I did realize is that the path doesn't have to be how you think it is or how someone told you it should be. You know, I was thinking, you lose all this weight, you get to an agency,
Mm-hmm.
they sign you, they get you a cover girl, whatever, and then they put you on a billboard. But I was able to do that without that. So the moment I
Mm.
started loving myself even more and just doing what makes me happy, being at a size that made me comfortable, that I can look in the mirror and say, damn girl, damn you fine. You know what I'm saying? I suggest everyone should do that. You should have plenty of mirrors in your house. You should always be able to see yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Started doing that, and then I found live streaming, which is still a form of social media.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Even creating building these communities,
Mm-hmm.
building these families, and having these competitions and getting the billboard in that way. So do what makes you happy, and you can still get to. There are still ways to get to your goal that you never would have thought. Because even when I started the live stream, I didn't even know that they'd be giving out billboards in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I still got my quote unquote cover girl billboard. It's just
Really?
not in the way that I thought. And it doesn't always have to go the way that you think. And if you're unhappy, do what makes you happy.
Right.
Yeah, so it definitely has lifted me and shifted me in that way. So I am grateful for social media. And I love the fact that I've met people from all across the world that I never would have met if there wasn't for social media. People in up north, Seattle, Hong Kong, Tokyo. Um, I learned how to say hello in like 8 different languages. I don't know why I used to say Tagalog, but it's Tagalog. People in the
Mm.
Philippines,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mabuti and Salamat po and Konnichiwa and Watashi wa Jessica Simone, like just learning different things
Hey, drop it
and
on them,
all of these
Jess.
different come on, all these different languages. I love culture and I love to learn and I think it's beautiful because I also do want to travel across the world. And again, the live streaming, social media is something you could do. Like you don't have to be confined, like you say, to LA or Texas, like anywhere. You can do it everywhere.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I guess the follow up. So I have two follow up questions based off of what you just said. Um,
Hmm.
First, pretty simple, and I'll just throw both of them out because I know I'll forget them. One, what's your favorite place that your career has taken you to, and why? And two, I want to get into the royal family, right? Because I'm a part of the royal family now. I'm a sub.
Hmm.
I'm on your Discord, and you guys are just like super impressive. So I want to know more about that. How was that cultivated? And it is where it is now. But start with the whole point as far as your favorite place that your career is taking you, because you seem well traveled now because of your career.
Mm, it's crazy because being the time that I was out of the states necessarily, um, it wasn't because of that. I
Mm-hmm.
had a friend. It's a whole another life. Um, but as far as within the states, it would have to be Madison Square Garden.
Hmm.
When I won a competition on another app, um, they fly you out to do a photo shoot. You do, they have a makeup artist take your pictures, get you a few different looks, and then they put that picture on the billboard, so to make sure that the billboard looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my first time being in Madison Square Garden and seeing all of the lights, and I thought it was dope. It ain't nothing I really want to go
Mm-hmm.
all the time, but it was a great experience um, to be able to do so. So I definitely appreciate that. Now, I did not go back to see the actual billboard, but it also felt good to have like friends that I've met on live stream who work in New York said, why am I at work and I look out the window across the way and I see a billboard with your face on it
Is
and send me a video. I'm like, that's me,
is that Jessica?
y'all. Look,
Like, why is Jessica looking into my office right now? What is
let's
happening?
go. So that definitely felt really, 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 really good. So
Yeah,
be you guys. The best
listen.
thing we have another Santana, a Jessica Simone. We don't have a Joanna. We don't have an Erica. So continue to be you and shine bright, however that may be, flaws and all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And one thing that I'll say on top of that as well is I enjoy New York in spurts, right? I can't be in New York for too long.
Yeah.
Just like LA or Vegas or whatever, I enjoy those places in spurts. So I get what you're saying. Like, I enjoy,
Oh yeah. I
um,
love Vegas though, but
oh,
only maximum 3 days.
yeah,
Maximum.
listen, I made a mistake of being in Vegas one time for a week. That was way too much. Um, but yeah, now I can go to Vegas and yeah.
You'll be sick
Anyway,
and out of money.
yeah, no, no. Listen, we stay in Caesars every single time, and
I love Caesars. I got
it,
a Caesar reward card.
yeah, 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 yeah. I play way too much craps, but I'm good at it, so whatever.
And I'm blackjack, baccarat, and roulette.
Listen, I was told to stop playing blackjack because apparently I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it. I lose a lot, but I enjoy it. So
I enjoy it too. I feel like I go more so for fun. The
yeah,
winning is a bonus.
yeah,
But I enjoy, gambling. I love the atmosphere.
yeah.
Chips.
Have you ever been to Dirt Dog?
I have not.
Whew. Okay, so Jessica, I know you said you were at Staples, and so I don't know how long it's been since you've been back to, I guess, crypto now or whatever. But they
Right.
have Dirt Dog inside of there as well. But it's Snoop Dogg's hot dog place, right? But in Vegas, it's on the strip. It's basically right across from Caesars, but you have to go up and then
Do a lot of
over and then
walking.
yeah. But it's like literally just across the street. You got to get around. But Dirt Dog, it's Snoop Dogg's hot dog place, and they have like all these different type of hot dogs and food, and it's like a full bar, and it's just like amazing. So it's like the
Mm.
best food. So we go to Vegas, we go to
I might have to try that.
listen, Jess, we go to Fat
They only
Tuesday.
have drunk food, alcohol food.
Yes,
So
but listen, you go to Fat Tuesday, you get one of those big ones. Then you go to Dirt Dog, you eat, you drink. Oh my God! And then you spend all your money. So
they do know how to get you.
they in my
But since I
pockets
know
every
I
time.
gamble, I try to wait to drink till I sit down because I know they're gonna bring it for me for free.
Yeah, no. The only time I can't, so I can drink if I'm playing like a slot machine or something I really don't care about or whatever. But if I'm
Hmm.
playing craps, all I want is water. I might have one drink, but give me some
So you can
water.
stay focused.
Listen, I'll be locked in,
Cause I ain't
Jess.
gonna lie, when them drinks start, the liquor start liquoring, baby, you
Yeah.
start throwing all your money out there.
No, no, Jess,
You be like,
listen.
fuck it.
I am a creature of habit. I've said this a million times, and I know Erica's watching, and she knows how
Thank
I am.
you.
But like when I shoot dice, right? They put the dice out on the table. I stare at it for 3 seconds, and then I pick it up and I roll it around in my hand 3 times,
I'm on routine.
and then I blow on the dice, and then I throw it every single time. And if I don't do it that exact way, if it feels off or I miss it, or if I go, every single time I'll crap out. So I gotta be
I'm gonna
like clear
try
in
it.
mind.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna say, what did he say? I gotta stir it at three. One, two, three. Okay, pick
Yeah,
them up,
yeah,
roll
yeah.
'em.
Mm.
Eh, Yeah, I lose my money too fast in craps, so I stopped playing it. Like literally 2 seconds, $100 gone. I don't like that.
Yeah, no, listen, okay, I know we're kind of diverting, but I want to tell the story real quick, right? Just so you know what I'm about. So,
Go ahead, go ahead.
management and I, we go to Vegas, and we start with 2K each to gamble, right?
Hmm.
I go to the crap table and I put down 1,000, and
Hmm.
I walk away with 1,800, right?
Hmm.
And so she likes to play machines, right? Because she
Hmm.
likes the sounds and all this other stuff. And exactly. So
Hmm.
I meet back up with her, and her money's gone, right?
Cause them slot machines go too
Oh
fast.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I took that 1,800, split it in half, right? I split the 1,800 in half, gave her half of it, went back to the crap table. I walked away from the crap table with another 1,600. I go back and meet up with her.
My money gone.
Her money's gone. So I split the money in half again, and I go back to craps. Long story short, I made a couple $1,000s on the crap table, and we left Vegas with 400. So, yeah, that's how Vegas usually
It's
works
all
for
in
us.
them slot machines.
Every single
Hey,
time.
Kimmy.
Anyway, okay, wait. Back to my original
Oh, you
question.
had a follow-up
Yeah,
question. I
yeah,
forgot
yeah.
what that one
No,
was.
it's the royal family, right? The royal family. I'm always so impressed whenever I join your lives or I check in your Discord. Like, you guys seem like a real community, right? You're so
Hmm.
connected. You're so tight knit. It's absolutely amazing. How did you cultivate the royal family, and like how have you basically made this community grow to where it is, where anyone that sees it from outside immediately feels welcome, and someone like myself who's trying to grow their own community is just completely impressed.
Your shit is lit though. Shout out
Hey,
to
it's not
Jay.
me. It's not me because listen, this stuff be going by too fast for me. I can't do it. It's everybody else that's in there.
The first app that I was on, I was a part of a family called Love and Kindness, which I love. And then when I was able to create my own family, it was called the Bay Crew because hashtag I'm Bay was something that I was promoting at the time. We would do live showings whenever each episode would come out. They were kind of very a part of it. We built it together. And the first two apps before I got fully on TikTok were more so community building based apps because they were smaller, so it's easy to you spend time with people every day. You build those bonds in the community. And so you do things together. Quality times builds like friendships or chosen families or whatnot. So then when I got to the most recent app that I was on, I don't know why I didn't call it Bakery anymore, but I called it the royal family because we are all kings and queens.
Mm.
And sometimes and we have each other's back, and sometimes your crown may be slipping. And if we are a family, it's up to us to, when we see, like, I see your crown slipping, to remind you who you are and help you adjust your crown and, straighten it back up on your head. And that's what we do for each other. And that's why I call it the royal family. We are all royalty. And
Yeah.
I love that. And so I've kind of been in some community based uh, apps, and then TikTok is really wide ass open
Absolutely.
to all of America. These are more Japanese based apps, but had like um what's that called, a U.S. region. Live streaming hadn't been as big, and on these they pay you to live stream.
Yeah.
Like the
Yep.
last one, you get a daily. Every day you go live, you get like a certain amount depending on your rank, plus the gifts, plus if you hit a certain amount of diamonds, you get the triple. So these are TikTok. You just go live, and if you get diamonds, you get that, or if you get donate to Cash App or Venmo. But the actual app pays you to go live every day.
Ah, that's
Yeah. So
interesting.
they would be like TikTok. Oh, okay. Santana just you live today for at least an hour. Every hour you get this, or a daily rate of when I first got on the app, if you were on S rank, they would pay you like $200, $300 a day.
Oh
Then
wow.
on top of the gift that you got. And then like people were making bank. There was people on there making like $20,000 a month.
Holy smokes.
I know. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I started. And that's why I was a little bit different here because it's so wide open and the app is not paying you, and there is no like real purpose unless you create one. And I didn't want to just to be doing it just to be doing it. So the fact that I found my purpose feels really, really good. I do enjoy it. My mom always said information is to be shared, and now I get to have this information and share it with others because the more you know, the more you grow. So I really do enjoy it.
Absolutely. Well, I
Mhm.
mean, TikTok might not be paying you like that, but we do know that the DNC is paying you. I think George
As they say,
Soros,
right?
right? So
They come in there every day. How much is she paying you? I don't know. Send it to my cash up
you,
and let me see.
just always tell them not enough. Not enough. What you got
Not
on it?
enough. You want to add to it?
Exactly.
They
Like,
be, I don't know. They be jealous or pocket watching. They be mad
or
as
both.
hell. Somebody say you manipulating these people to pay you. I said I'm not manipulating it. And somebody cash at me and said thank you for manipulating me, Jess.
Listen, Jess. You said you don't know if they'll be mad. I mean, they pocket watching and just hating. Jess, combination. Like that's it. That's it. Like what are we talking about? No. So I kind of want to get around. All right, I got two more quick questions for you, and
What's
then
up?
if you're up for it, we'll start taking some people up to get the questions flowing.
Yes, I'm definitely down.
Okay, so the first thing I've said this a million times, right? And I think it needs to be studied. And again, this is a conversation. So the panel last night was amazing, right?
Hmm.
We had you, we had the Black Historian, we had Sabrina, we had Erica at times, but we
Hmm.
had a panel of really strong, smart women. We had Joanna come up at the end. I mean,
Hmm.
just amazing, strong, smart women. And I am always like, yes, right? but for some reason, multiple men completely crashed out. And I don't understand that. I'm just like, what is it about strong women that make men lose their mind? I have a saying, and I say this all the time.
She's a
Jessica,
runner, she's a track star.
right? Listen, I say this, Jessica, stop making weak men feel insecure about their insecurities. Why, like, how, why, okay, one, why is it that it seems like some men have such a problem with strong, smart women? And two, like, I've watched you deal with these, especially black men that
Hmm.
that seem to have an issue when it comes to you and your opinion, and they feel insecure. How do you deal with that? Because you deal with it so well. So one, why do men have such a problem with strong women? But two, how are you able to deal with these men so well without, I guess, stooping to their level?
One, being sure of who I am.
Mm.
I know I am, so there's nothing you can come up here and tell me about me, flaws and all. I know what the flaws are. I know what the this are, and I'm not easily offended. I understand it's a you problem,
Mm-hmm.
especially, and I also understand low vibrational conversation
Mm-hmm.
and high vibrational conversation. When you result to insults, you're a low tier, low vibrational conversation, and I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as they spew that off, I already know you're not even here. You're
Yep.
not thinking. You have nothing, and I'm not gonna argue with you. You might as well be a bot. Let's just start there.
Yep.
Two, they have their own insecurities, and I'm gonna say black males,
Mm.
because there's a difference between male and men.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of black males who would do anything but be better.
Ooh,
I
I've
don't
heard you say that so many times, Jess.
anything. Like I tell you, they will get a passport, fly across the country, find a random woman who barely speak English, who want to come to the U.S., needs any type of green card, bring them over here so they can have control, insert their dominance,
Mm.
and just have them take whatever they give and not ask for more because I'm giving you money and citizenship. Than to just be good to the woman that they probably already actually love right here in America,
Yep.
who could teach them something. And I don't, and it's really about dealing with your own trauma. And I get it. I get it and don't get it. Oh shit, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
I get it and don't get it. It is hard opening up those wounds to address them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't want to be honest with the part that they play and
Mm-hmm.
how it affects them and uh, how they feel. A lot of them been taught to not feel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a pussy. I don't want to be a this. I don't want to be a that. You have to. We're all human. We're all human. You have to be honest with yourself. And because there are some things that I had to really just like, oh, okay. Because if I'm not honest with myself, I'm going to repeat the same mistakes. And that's not what I want to do. Like, how do I not get in this situation again? Like, there was a time, and I'm going to be very, very vulnerable with you guys. There was a time that I was, because it's only 132 of us and some ghost watchers.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when I would date individuals. Like, say, for instance, I dated a guy who didn't have a car or didn't necessarily drive,
Mm-hmm.
right? Needed glasses. So what that mean? I have to take him everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I would date. I'm like, why am I dating men who need me and not just want me?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I need to feel needed? Because if you need my car, then I'm gonna know where you are. I mean, they're gonna go with you, and. And I had to really unpack, why do you need to be needed? Because then I don't have to search for men who need me and who are independent on their own,
Mm.
have their own car, and because I'm even more secure in my own trauma or my own issues. I don't need to feel needed. I want to be wanted. I don't want to be just needed, because then why are you here? You're only here for that. Or you could be only here for that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to do that. So in order to stop dating broken men, I had to fix myself
Mm.
and love myself and just really dig deep into where that started, what was the
Mm-hmm.
root problem of, and
Mm-hmm.
then also validate myself. Like, Enterprise, I don't need to feel needed. I am already enough. And that was, a little way back when. Again, on that journey of self love, when I broke up, when I even came up with hashtag I'm Bae, I was in a 6-year relationship with this certain person. And I was going to date this new guy, but I'm like, what do I want? You got to take me to do this. You got to take me to get my nails done and whatever. But I'm like, bitch, are you doing that for you? So why would I expect somebody to do something for me that I'm not doing for myself? So then I just said, no, I'm not going to date. I'm going to date myself for a while. I'm going to take me to go get my nails done. I'm going to take me to go get my hair done. So they know that they are not, don't feel like, one, they can take it away from me. Like, you ain't going to get that because I'm already doing it for me.
Yep.
I'm already doing it for me. What else are you? And it requires you to bring more to the table than just monetary things as well. Yep. Where is your mindset at? So then that's when I was playing on Instagram, which is still on my highlight to this day. I was like, I put a hat on. I was like, yeah, baby. I was like, Bae is giving me some money so I can go out with the girls tonight. And then I'm like, yeah, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know your little dollars. I want you to have a good time. Let me know how much money you need. And I was like, oh, God, you're so sweet. I appreciate you just really treating myself. And then if you see some of the skits with me and Bae on my TikTok page, even though it's TikTok shop, it's just another form of me treating myself. Right. Like, I thought about you. I bought you something off TikTok. Right. You need a pillow. You need to sleep well. I got you something. You want new clothes? I got you something. So it's more so, loving yourself and treating yourself.
Yeah. Right.
You do it. Somebody else do it. Thank you. But if they don't do it, you will not be without, because you've already got your back. You are your bae.
I know that's right. Jessica, not you out here dating Jody. You out here dating Jody? What is that?
Jody, my Jody.
You don't mean that, Jody.
I hate you, Jody.
I hate you too.
Oh, I love you. Let me tell you, that's a movie I know word for word. Okay.
Listen. Not everybody in the chat is gonna get that one. If you know, you know.
Okay.
So the second part of that though. Because you kind of spoke to it, right? And you really said, it's knowing yourself and being able to, be comfortable in yourself. But, how do you have the temperament so often to deal with these insecure men when they come up on your live, right? Because I get frustrated when I hear them talking to you. And, hey, thank you for the teddy bear. I'm sorry.
Teddy. Give me a hug.
Right.
Give me a hug.
I get so frustrated when I hear them talking to you and they talk over you, or it's like a whole thing. And you're not like me, right? I will no, you're going on mute. Hey, whoa. But you'll let them talk. And it frustrates me because I want to sit on the mute button for you. All right. So how do you actually do that?
Well, one, I hear a lot of people say it's the patience of Job. Yeah. That's one. Two, my chat saves me a lot of times too. They will get him kicked. They will get said character kicked. But three, they're supporting a guy who spews hate. Narcissist. Had a terrible childhood. They sent you away to boarding school because you created a lot of trouble. You wasn't accepted at first. You wasn't even the first heir. You had to be cruel, which you were already probably doing, to even become the one that Fred wanted to leave the Cash App to. Baby, y'all really saved me. Y'all saved me through the Cash App. So I'm like, okay, oh, geez. Give me a reason to kick. Okay. They follow this man. And if, like I say, you follow a leader that you resonate with, that you have some type of, that you either want to be like or feel like you are, and they may be just more of exaggerated or a better a more exaggerated version of either what you want to be or what you are. You see yourself some type of way. And Donald Trump doesn't take any accountability. He seems like a guy that has just a lot of issues not being heard. But hate comes from a lot of childhood trauma. Usually not being heard, being belittled, which Mary Trump talks about how Fred Trump would, talk shit to him, belittle them. you're not up for it. You have to fight for my love. They're probably also fighting for attention and love. And a lot of them just really want to be heard. You know?
Mm.
They just want to talk to be talking. They just want to hear their own voice. They just, your mama, shut the fuck up. You don't say nothing. I can't. So you couldn't say nothing then. Now you feel like, I got you and I want to say something right now.
No,
And
you
even though
gonna
it's
hear
hate
me
because it
today.
comes yeah, from some childhood traumas, they just want to talk. They just want to be heard.
Yeah.
Somebody listen to me.
Yeah.
And I try to give them that because that's all they're looking for.
Whew.
And then in between, provide them with some facts and some resources to find the actual information. So now that I've kind of laid down the blanket of having the guard up because I gotta yell, yell, yell. I've never been heard, so I have to say it all right now. I gotta go real fast. I gotta get it out. And then provide those sources and you can go look for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe I kind of open the door for some critical thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you know, you can't unknow.
Exactly.
Pandora only comes out of the box.
Well, just that's unless they go la 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 la.
And that's why I'm like, did you hear what I just said?
Mm-hmm.
Are you listening? And that's why I like to bring up the charts. Like I want to turn the camera around. I want you to see. I want to give you the website. I want to give you the article of the website. You can find it. And still, don't just take my word for it. Go and look yourself. I'm not just, yes, but that's also too. That's why I always thought about being a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was going to call it MAGA therapy.
Mm-hmm.
MAGA therapy, but then when they see therapy, I didn't want them to be like, you can't, because if they know I'm trying to give them therapy, they already,
They're not gonna sit on that
forgot.
couch, Jess.
Yeah, I forgot, and I almost did. I was gonna do a skit like that too, where I was MAGA laying on a couch, and I'm the therapist giving them MAGA therapy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I forgot. I think it was on Game of Thrones or something. The lady with the red dress was like, if the lamb or sees the knife, it'll run. It'll get scared. So I
Yeah.
can't say MAGA therapy because then they'll know. Oh, you trying to therapize me? I don't need no therapy. Da da da. But if we just kind of do it a little kindly, a little politely, patiently, and then like you say, then boom, here go the facts.
Exactly. Listen, Jess, I do the same thing, and people get mad at me because, like last night, I'm like, yeah, you right. You know what? You got a point. You absolutely, yeah, he did do this, and he did. Wait, he didn't? Like, sometimes you gotta do that. I get it.
Yes. Yes, you can, Doolittle. You can definitely be the MAGA character, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I just, again, I find it so funny just in giving that specific example, right? Because I was on your live last night because, again, when I'm not live, I have a certain limit as far as what lives I can watch, how often I can watch. Sometimes I completely detach myself and go into other places, especially like an hour before I get ready to go live. I don't really like to listen to anyone else's lives, right? Because I want to come up with my own thoughts, my own opinions, and be able to, try to be original. But I love your space so much, right?
Thank you.
And so I
Y'all
sit
for
in
being
and I
here.
listen. But then last night specifically, like Jigga,
I
right?
knew it.
Jigga, it was so interesting how he was on your platform. And then when he came over to late nights, how his whole temperament and tone and all of that changed. And
That's why I gotta start changing my voice because obviously they want to talk to a man.
is it that just like what are we talking about?
Cause I that's what it is. It's like, oh, women, and then cause just get down why you don't like women and or black women.
Right. Cause Jess,
Like,
he was hulking out on yours, and then he come on, yeah, no, you got a point. Okay.
I'm like, who is
Yeah.
this thing?
Yeah,
Who is this
exactly.
nigga?
Exactly. He just completely switched up. But then, I don't know. That just blows my mind. Okay, so last question that I have, and guys, this is the point now where you can start requesting up. We will take people on the panel right after this question. So if you have a question that you want to ask Jessica Cymone, go ahead and request up. Please, 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 when you come up, be prepared to actually ask a question. And, I learned from my brother Bone, right? And I'm going to play the bad guy today. So I promise you, if you don't have a question, you will be kicked. Go ahead, Jessica.
I just saw a message in the chat that said just get the message regardless of the messenger, and I also believe that too. Like if it's a man that needs to tell you, then go ahead, baby, get the message.
I so
Get the
disagree
message
with
because this
that
is
though,
one girl
Jess.
that came on my live and she was like, oh, she barking down my throat. We was going back and forth. Then Dayton comes up in my live. She's like, well, I just think that such and such. And then she said, I'm sorry for getting feisty. And I thought she was going to apologize to me for a second, but she started saying, you just let me get into my femininity. I said, no, that's business.
What?
And she asked him the same question she asked me about AB. And he was like, I think it's a woman's choice. Well, I just don't think. I said, you were
Ain't
just
no
cussing me out.
way.
But however you need to get the message, if it's through dating, because this man make you feel like you need to be in your femininity, go ahead then, sis.
That is mind blowing, Jess. I don't
She's
get
a
that.
pick me. I said, girl, she came up the next day. I said, you back? And then Dayton, she was like, hey, Dayton, how you doing? I said, oh, you a pick me. You a pick me.
That's
You a pick
exactly what it is.
Misha.
That's
But yeah,
exactly
go
what it
ahead. Yeah.
is.
So whoever however you get the message, get it. And
Yeah.
both of VP Kamala Harris.
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna open up the panel after this. And again, make sure that you have a question. If you come up and you don't have a question, you will be kicked. We will not be wasting Jessica's time. So when you come up, I mean, you can say what you want to say as far as if you got praises and all that stuff, but make sure you have a question locked and loaded. So my last question for you, Jessica, is really not necessarily a question, but I would like for you to impart some words of wisdom because, again, it's so funny how you're so multi-layered. I'm gonna give you my favorite reference. Some people would say you're like a cake, but I say you're like an onion. You got layers,
Mm-hmm.
right? Shout out to those people who love Shrek like me,
He's
right?
like,
Exactly.
I just love you.
But you have so many layers. But deep down, what I always get from you, even past the intelligence, is the wisdom, right? You always have those nuggets of wisdom. You have a certain sensibility that you can't get everywhere. So the thing that I want you to do is just share a little bit of wisdom with the people that's watching with the chat, as far as like share with them any wisdom you may have as far as anyone who's trying to pursue their own lane, build their career, find who they are in the middle of such a plastic world, a hyperbolic view of life, and everyone has to be perfect, and everyone apparently is a
The
millionaire on
pressure.
social media. Yeah, like how do you find who you are and live in your purpose with this type of environment that we're in now?
Um, okay, guys, it's gonna sound a little cliche. There's a lot of pressure here sound like the wise man. But one, first of all, just be you. Be authentically you, flaws and all. Be honest with yourself. If you're not honest, you can't fix anything, you can't grow. It's okay to not know everything. It's okay to learn. Only a fool thinks that they know everything. There's no way you can live this life, travel everywhere, and still not know everything. You can know a lot, but it's still not everything. It's okay to be wrong. But honestly, first of all, that first, and honestly, I've had an amazing people cross my path as well as here lately in the past 2 or 3 years. A good friend of mine, Coach Mike James. You guys may have seen him in my live stream. He is also a life coach,
Hmm.
a mentor as well. He does this and he teaches other life coaches how to be life coaches. Um, and he say, follow your passion. And I agree, follow your passion and it will pin you to your purpose.
Hmm.
And when you plan properly, you'll experience prosperity.
Mm.
And it's okay. You may feel like a little tug between your purpose and old things or a bill or something. Cause I literally there was things that was taken away from my live streams and or the content that I was making for these here politics. But I had to just say, I have to just follow the passion and it will work out. And I said fuck it to some other stuff that was distracting me.
Mm-hmm.
even though it seemed like I needed to do that to quote unquote pay this bill or pay that bill.
Mm-hmm.
And it just all started to work out. And I went all in on it. And it's okay to go all in. And it's okay to say, baby, them bills gonna be there regardless.
Yep.
And if you come across a lot of money, you can pay it. They ain't gonna be mad. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. So just like again, follow your passion. Do what excites you. I don't know if you guys also too watch Bashar, but he also talks about just do what excites you. And when you do what excites you, it brings more excitement. So I'm like,
Absolutely.
I want to do the things that I love. I want to focus on that. And that's how you're able to, even start making money doing the things that you love. And I really enjoy it. I enjoy informing people because that means like the whole royal family has information, which means we're all growing our minds too. Oh yeah. And Bashar said that, um, if Donald Trump wins, it could be the end of America as we know it. And if VP Kamala Harris wins, we will be closer to contact than we've ever been.
Yeah. No,
I don't. That's
listen.
for my Bashar people out in the chat.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Listen, that is deep and interesting and very accurate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, Jess. I'm gonna switch the panel back around just a little bit. You know,
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
everybody wave bye to Jess on the big screen. Um,
Bye.
So we're gonna flip it. So we're gonna go ahead and open up the panel. And now that we have this layout, and Jessica's gonna give us a little bit more of her time, we're at 54,000 likes. I expect you guys to have this thing over 100,000 likes way before we finish. All right, so there's no
Yes.
more excuses. You don't have to tap the small box anymore. Tap the screen. Let's get this over 100,000 likes, and make sure you're running up Jess gifts. It's
Yeah.
not
Let me
even
out.
like, I don't know what's going on, but apparently we're being stingy with the gifts today for some reason. Like, Jessica's gifts is not gifting, and I don't understand what's happening. So let's blow that up as well. All right, guys, I'm gonna start bringing people in on the panel, and as I bring those people in on the panel, make sure that you have a question. Also, when I bring you in on the panel, please mute yourself until you're introduced. So once we bring you in, please mute yourself until you're introduced. We will start these questions, and let's see here. We got a couple of people waiting. We will bring the people in. Go ahead and mute yourself as you join the panel. All right, all right, all right.
I got my girl right there.
Again, guys, go ahead and mute yourself as you join the panel, and we will get this started in just a few moments. Make sure you have your question ready for Jessica Cymone. I see a few people are still spinning. They might have timed out, so that's perfectly fine. We'll go ahead and get started. Howdy, partner. Tracy, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you guys doing today?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hey Tracy. I was
Tracy,
just saying.
what question do you have for Jessica?
The question that I have for you is what keeps you motivated and keep you going day after day doing these lives? Because Santana introduced me to your lives, and I come in and watch them all the time.
Because you was fat, bitch. All the time.
Oh, a fat bitch. Okay. First of all,
answer the
Tracy, thank
question.
you.
That's my mother. She got dementia, so she going through one of her things. I'm sorry, folks.
Okay, I'm definitely sorry to hear that. I'm not gonna lie, the people keep me going, the support, the love, the people that show up in the live every single day, and just knowing that they're behind you or they got your back. I think that was keep me going. And then the messages I get off live, hey, that of the people that never say anything as well. Hey, I watch your live. I'm scared to come up. But keep doing what you're doing. We see you. One lady said that she doesn't vote. Her family doesn't believe in voting. She's 42 and she'll be voting for the first time this year, and proud to be voting for Kamala Harris because she's learned so much about both candidates from my live stream. I thought, I was like, okay, even if it's like one or two, I know that's not in vain. Because sometimes after you get up and then they yell at you all day, and it's easy to think like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this, dreaming about this, not really seeing life as it. But then when you see that the mission is working in different ways, it makes a difference, and that's what keeps me going. And I love people too. So thank you to everybody that show up every day, my mods, everybody that come in the comments, everybody that watch, everybody that supports me, donates, that allows me to keep doing this. You guys push me and keep me motivated every day. And I just want to continue to provide, the truth and knowledge. And thank y'all.
Yeah, I just thank you. I thank you. I'm sorry. I just thank you for coming on. You like one of the young. You like you're in my top 5 creators right now.
Thank you.
I haven't joined your team or anything yet. I just really been watching you, and
That's not a problem.
no, but I do. I marked it where I get your notifications.
Yes, I appreciate it. Yes, even if y'all are just there saying nothing, everything matters. I just want everybody to know that there is no position too small in support. Because some people just sit their phone in there and it keeps the numbers up, which brings more people in, so that more people can get the message. That works. Tapping the screen works. And so every position works, you guys. So just the fact that you're there, Tracy, I'm grateful and thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll be in there looking for you and Paw.
Yeah, we got a
All right.
pawpaw out of this whole thing. He said, "I gave up coaching for this." Oh, okay, pawpaw. Yeah, we got a new pawpaw and everything, y'all. You never know where it may take you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tracy, I appreciate you coming up so much. I appreciate even more so that you said you found Jessica Cymone through me, which is a massive compliment. And just to kind of echo exactly what Jessica said, like in whatever way, shape, form, or fashion you support, it's love. Period. Right? Whether you are just here listening, whether you're tapping, whether you're gifting, whether you're commenting, whether you're coming up, like all of it is love. The only thing, you know what, the one thing I want to call out, Jessica, I don't know how much you look at your analytics after your lives, but I look at mine. The thing that drives me crazy is the people who come into the lives, and I'm on live for 3 hours, and they sit and watch the whole 3 hours of the live and don't follow. Hit the follow button. That's all you got to do. That's the only
follow if
thing.
you have not done so. The people that's watched. There's one lady. She's not following me either. She has watched like 80 something hours
I'm like,
on
what's
my live
happening? Like,
stream.
obviously, either you like me or you hate watching or something, but you won't hit the follow button. I don't know what's going on. Just click the follow button. So, no. But Tracy, thank you so much for coming up and,
Thank you.
having that question for Jessica, and thank you for
Yeah,
everything that you do.
yeah.
Yes,
Thank you for having me up. You guys keep up the good work.
Absolutely.
It's been hard for me to keep up because I always campaign and go out on and hit go out and do the door to
Hey.
door. But I couldn't do it this year because I take care of my mother.
Right.
But I'm glad people out here are picking up the rings and doing everything they need to do. And thank you guys.
Guys, can we get some W's in the chat for Tracy? W's in the chat
Yes,
for
thank you,
Tracy. Thank you,
Tracy.
Tracy.
All right, thank you. And I'm going to drop down and listen in the comments and tap.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Guys, we're at 71,000 likes. Again, I switched this format back so it can make it easier for you guys to tap. So tap that screen, get it over to
Tap, tap.
100,000 likes because Jessica Cymone is in the building.
Let's go.
Also, again, I don't know what's happening, but I haven't seen her gifts light up enough. Make sure we are gifting Jessica. She's spending time with us. She spent time with us last night. Didn't have to do it. She's here again. We want to say thank you. Anyway, moving on. Dr. Jace voted. I love how you added that to the end of your actual name. Dr. Jace, what question do you have for Jessica Cymone?
I am super excited. So I can ask you anything, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. And this is actually something that I brought up in a couple of lives recently, and I really want the answer. So, as from a medical professional standpoint, and there is abortion laws and medical policies disproportionately adversely affect people of color, specifically Black people, and the demographic that really gets hit with it is Black women. And we know that we've heard things like, well, they don't need as much pain medicine, and they, abortion laws really tend to target African American women and our Black women in general. and I find that it's something that we have a difficulty navigating. So my question for you is, do you think that this needs to be addressed at the federal level so that there are protections for women of color? And if so, what do you think that we should do, or what can I do as far as policy goes to ensure that we're treating Black people with better courtesy?
And also just be mindful. AB. Just for
Sorry.
the no, you're good. Just for the whole TikToks and all that good stuff.
That is a very good question. That's first of all, because it does disproportionately affect us. And the only thing I could think, because I feel like I don't know if this is something that they're taught, but I feel like it's the people in these hospitals that neglect, because they have the option to do these things, and it's the people that neglect. And if we could have something like on a federal level to make sure, like if she asks, if the patient, obviously it wouldn't be like only Black, but if the patient asks for this or showing signs at this level, then you're obligated to give them that. Like, so it could be our right to receive certain treatment or receive certain medications or receive certain this. And I don't know if it's more in like even knowledge too, because I had a doctor, and okay, another transparent moment. ADHD, want to prescribe me Ritalin, right? I'm not taking Ritalin. Ritalins gonna have you stuck, But when it's another counterpart, you want to prescribe Adderall, right? But my friend told me that you don't work for them. They bank on you not knowing anything. But when you know, you got to stand your ground. So I was like, okay, you sure? She was like, yeah. So I went back and said, I'm not taking that. I don't feel like it's going to whatever. Give me this. And she gave it to me. So it's like all you have to do is say, it's like they're coaching them to give you certain things. But if you pretty much demand it, so maybe we also too can learn more on the things that we need to be able to ask for it. But there definitely should be some type of policy to say, if you ask for this, then you should have to give that to them, because we are disproportionately affected. And that's why us as African American women, and the women that I know, are leaning more towards doulas, at home, or trying to find a Black doctor, because we understand each other a little bit more, and start grooming our children to be more doctors and lawyers, and not just football players and basketball players. Because we need to be more instrumental in these hospitals to make more of a difference, and not feeling, because when we send one in there, sometimes they get washed out by the others and start doing what they do. It's just like sending the Black cop, and you're like, oh, we're not going to have your back, and they start doing the same thing that the other cops are doing. Like, we need to go in there in droves too. We need our own hospitals. We need our all of that. So I think collectively we can do something together, like learning more, grooming more doctors, people to run, surgeons, nurses, or whatever we need. And also asking, putting some policy in place that says that if they ask for this and they're saying that they're in the pain of this, give them the actual medicine. Like, it's their right. You have to provide them with that care. I hope that answered your question, but I do think that needs to be looked into more, for sure.
I think that's a wonderful answer. I tell people all the time, all patients, you have to advocate for yourself, because, there are standard practices that universally doctors do. And, like with ADHD meds, the go-to drug for that is always going to be, and that's because it has worked so well but it doesn't work for everybody. And so, that is a great example of, we need to listen to patients. When a patient says, I don't want to take this medication, can you find something else? The physician needs to respect the patient and find an alternative. And if you disagree with a patient to the point to where you feel like they're making a they're doing something that's detrimental, you should supply the patient with the information that they need to make a healthy choice for themselves, because that's what we ultimately should do, is present the information. My son was my youngest son was one of those people who could not take Ritalin because it jacked his heart rate up. It was adversely affecting him, and of course I have a little bit more room to stand on, but medically speaking, so I just said no, we're not doing this. But not everybody has that, and that peels into the second thing that you said. We need more people of color in STEM. Period. Science, technology, engineering. Math. We need more people in STEM. We need more people of color. We need more women. I would love to see an explosion of female OBGYNs so that they can advocate for women, with so that male doctors don't have to. We want female doctors, because then they've got all the bases covered and they can have conversations about women. So I really appreciate your take on that, and that's really all I have. Tatiana, I'm gonna drop down and let somebody else come up. But before I go, I just want to say that if you live in a shitty red state and you can't get the medical care that you need, you're my niece and I'm Uncle Jace, and you come visit me in my wonderful blue state, and we'll get you the care you need.
Yes, I love that. Let me give you a follow, and also too, Free to Be Me said Aftershock is what you should watch or something. She said your answers are there, so I'm gonna look into that too. Aftershock.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Jace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, Black Beauty, how are you today?
Good, good. I have a question for
Hold on one
both of you.
second. Hold on one second.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm sorry. 1 second. Hey, Moz, I don't know what's happening, but if someone's muting Taylor twice, don't mute Taylor twice. I'm not sure what's going on. Taylor, I'm sorry. I'm not. Oh, yeah. It might have been some confusion. Our apologies, Taylor. We didn't mean it. You know we love you.
Who muted me?
I think it was a mistake. We apologize. Go ahead, Black Beauty.
Oh, okay. My question is what will the platform be after November the 5th? So what will be some of the topics? I do know that in our communities we do need self-improvement, as the last caller was saying. So we do need to address more of that in our communities. But what will be some of the topics? Because I'll be feeling like, what is it going to be like afterwards,
I was thinking about that too, because really, like I said, it's such an important election that I just feel like I had to say something. I don't want to be one of those people like sit in the middle, don't get into it. No, the person in the middle, first of all, get hit the most. Okay, if you're playing dodgeball, you standing in the middle, you're gonna get hit. You better pick a side. And I had already picked my side, and I was thinking about that. So I was wondering, because the fight continues to go, we need to make sure that every year we're voting, whatever that may be locally, and statewide, and how to stay involved. But then obviously I wouldn't need to be on every day to talk about if you're going to be voting. Obviously we would celebrate for a little bit, okay?
High step into the end zone.
Okay, and then we have the inauguration. I have to be a part of that history, okay? And but yeah, I was thinking about that and what that would be, and I'm not sure yet. And I just kind of go with the flow and let my passion continue to pin me to my purpose wherever it says that I need to be and whatever it needs to be. We will do.
And see, I feel like we're going to win this, but it's always that little, you know what I'm saying? Just that slight, maybe it'll go the other way. And how would you handle that?
First of all, y'all, do not get comfortable. That's what people were doing when it was Hillary. Like, oh, nobody's gonna vote for this guy. It's all right. You're going to sleep, not watching it to the end. Take somebody to the polls. Fight till she is sworn in. Okay, and all the way in January, even after November 5th. Fight till she is sworn in. Because when we fight, we win. How that look? I'm going to baby have my passport. Catch me in Sweden, Switzerland, Thailand, Bali.
Listen,
Get the
listen.
hell up out of here. If he's talking about turning the military against anybody that says something against him, which is one, taking away the First Amendment, which is free speech. Two, you're weaponizing the military against the people. You're already on some shitler shit. You're talking about going door by door. No, because then again, like the Hispanic guy said at the Univision conference, as an undocumented worker, I was picking strawberries and broccoli for a long time. Who's going to do that work if you deport us all? And how would the prices of food look like? And the availability of food. Who you think he looking for to do it? That's the black jobs he want us to be doing. No, no, they don't want us thriving and getting in careers and entrepreneurship and getting in positions of high power. They want to put you back down to those jobs because they still have to be done. The people still have to eat. Who are they going to try to put there? No, 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 no. Not going to be me, darling. So, if that's what he's talking about, then it may be time to explore. I heard Thailand was cheap, and figure it out, seek refuge or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that is real. I mean, I wish people really understood the seriousness. I feel like a lot of white tea heterosexual males are just looking at it as they in a comfort zone. They know that this is their last time to display their white supremacy. And then I don't know what's up with the black males that support. I just really don't get it. But
Nothing
um I just wish people would take it so serious because what he's trying to implement is so serious, you know.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Yeah, no, listen, I'll say this. Well, a couple of things. Welcome, Doug Raid. Welcome, Doug Raid. I
Hey,
appreciate
Dougie.
any. Yeah, exactly. We love Dougie Muscles. For anyone that's joining, this is Brunch with Our Creator. It's a little bit different than the normal late nights with Santana, where we completely talk about politics. We have our very own Jessica Cymone, who has we completed an interview, and we are now at the portion where if you have a question that you want to ask Jessica, you can come up to the panel and ask that question. Just an actual FYI, if you do come up to the panel and you do not have a question, you will be dropped. So yeah, please be prepared for that, but all are welcome to come up as long as Jessica feels like taking questions. With that being said, I kind of want to chime in with Black Beauty. That's been a thought process that I've had as well, and I think anyone who has dove into this political content and is doing similar things to what we're doing has to say, like, what's next, right? And so it's something that I've thought about and something that I'm planning for as well. But to Jessica's point, just because the election is over doesn't mean that the education, the information, the entertainment is going to stop. So we have to keep it
For the
rolling.
fight.
Exactly. And last but not least, you guys are mentioning all this out. I'll say this. I might tell you a joke, but I'm not going to tell you a lie. Not only is my passport ready, but we have been looking at places in Spain, and there are some wonderful, wonderful places to live in Spain. And did you know that if you buy a home for over $500,000 in Spain, that they give you a green card and you become a resident, you get access to the healthcare system and all this other stuff. And in
So we need to
Spain,
put in on a house.
listen, $800,000 in Spain will buy you a compound, a mansion, multiple rooms, multiple levels, a pool, right on the beach. So I say all that to say, if late nights with Santana time shifts after the election, you know why. Also, it's only like a 4-hour flight from the East Coast. You fly out of DC area, it's like 4 hours to get to certain parts of Spain. So if you know, you know.
Also, too, you guys may have something planned in the works with a really good friend of mine that you guys might know. So be
Woo!
on the lookout for some of those things.
Ooh!
Hmm.
That's what you call a teaser. All right. Okay. Be just 210. Be just 210. How are you
Hey,
today?
BJ.
What question do you have for Jessica Simone?
Hey, good evening. Hey, I just want to say
BJ.
first thing, Santana, that I'm new to a lot of the politics. I'm well, not new. When I was scrolling through TikTok and I ran on Jessica's page one day and just heard her talking, and the way she was talking to people, and the guy that I think she was talking to was yelling and fussing and talking about Trump, 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 and she just, well, darling, please, and the tone that she gave him just turned me on. Yeah, I just sit there and listen to a couple of days, and so finally I went on her platform and I told her a story, and I brought tears to her eyes.
And did.
So my thing for Jessica is that of all these people that you have met and you talk to, have you ever crossed one that you just really just want to just reach through the phone and just smack them or choke them a couple of times?
Plenty, plenty.
And
The one I remember most recent is I think his name was Big Mo.
Mm.
oh,
That's
I
just
remember
really
him.
Mm-hmm. Yes, plenty.
Yeah.
Is your plans to, or do you have plans to ever step up and run for any type of political office?
I was thinking about it. Now I told you I lived quite a few lives, so I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Mm.
But I went to somebody sent me a resource, runforsomething.net. Thank you guys who have all reached out to me and said that if you did run, they would donate to the campaign. So that's good to know because I know VP Kamala Harris had to step out the first time because of funding. That does make a big difference on what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely want to make sure we got a shot before I ask anybody to put their money behind a young one. Um, but I have thought about it. But I will also too want to put myself in a place where I can be the most impactful and I can make the most change. Like you think, councilman or even a House of Representatives. But then I found out that Kevin Roberts was on some policy board in Texas. I'm like, damn, do I need to be there so I can vote against the shit that he tried to put in place when it comes to these AB bills? Do I need to be more of an advocate for that? So I think it's more so just exploring all of the options that it would look like and seeing where I can be the most effective and where I can make the most change. I don't want to just jump into anything. But yeah, look what I'm doing. I definitely want to be able to make a difference.
Yeah. No, no. I listen. I know that question was for Jessica. And one, I would love. I Jessica Simone would definitely have my vote any day, right? Um, but I kind of want to chime in on both of those for a second. For anyone who has watched my live, especially recently, there's a brother by the name of They Need to Know. They need to know. I I do it with this brother for 2 nights in a row, and I promise you, I almost broke everything that was in front of me. Um, but yeah, and secondly, no, listen, I think that I think there are certain people that do have the not only the political chops but the understanding and the perspective, like Jessica Simone, where if they do go down that road, it's something that could be beneficial not only to them but to everyone, right? So, and also, you know what? I voted and I made it on the ballot for an election in my area. Now I was a write-in, and I think I only got one vote,
It's okay.
but I still made it because
Got to be your biggest advocate, okay?
listen. I took a picture of it too. I was like, I can do this. So anyway, no, but that's it. But hey, be just 210. Thank you so much for supporting, coming up, and throwing that question out.
Yeah, thank y'all. And again,
He's not lying.
Jessica,
I
Jessica,
believe it. Thank you so
Jessica,
much, Peaches.
Jessica is just that man. She's so special.
She
She
is.
reminds me of my daughter. She's so knowledgeable with her and a couple other people. I learned of you following her because I saw your page when I heard her talking about you, so I came to your page.
Yeah.
And you the same way. Now you do get frustrated, but you dumb it down and you get your demore and and just calm them down. But the way she handled some of the guys, some of these black men, and And I sit there and listen to it. I'm like, but dang, I said, no, it couldn't be me. Because I would have been in my car on the plane.
Listen. People message me. I'm like, oh, I don't understand how you have so much patience. And I'm thinking to myself, you can't be talking about me. You have to be talking about Jessica because I do not have it at all. So
Yeah. Yeah. So I do appreciate y'all and thank y'all for coming and let me come up.
absolutely,
Of course,
thank you
thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Trump is Bay. Trump is
Hey,
Bay. How are
babe.
you?
I'm doing well. How are you beautiful people doing?
Wonderful,
Amazing.
wonderful. What question do you have for Jessica Simone?
So it's kind of twofold, but real quick. So one of the questions, right, is do you think Trump and Vance would be less weird if they just got some sectional healing?
Hold on, say that again.
Sectional, like a love seat or like sectional healing.
Do I think? Hold on. What was the first part of the question? Because that's
Do
the I
you
was adding somebody in the chat. But the first
Do,
part,
I was like, do you think if Trump and Vance would be less weird if they got sectional healing?
um, no, no. It's the sectional here, healing that is also helping. I mean, advocating for JD Vance's weirdness, and it would
Yeah,
only make Trump even more weirder and more
right.
icky than he already is. I don't
No,
think
but my
anybody would
actual
get it.
question, I like to diffuse everything with humor. I'm like really goofy, as you guys know. But my actual question is, when this election is over and we win,
Mhm.
when MAGA is like hopefully over and done with, what do you think they'll turn to? Will their racism become more subtle like it used to be, or do you think they'll still be outright blatant with it? And sorry, two, as a YT male, since I'm one of the, I agree that we're inherently racist because we're born into a system that benefits us. What can I do? And I already do the best that I think I am doing, but what can we do on an everyday basis to be better than the day before, other than advocating for equality?
One, I think that Donald, the thing that Donald, the good thing, only good thing about Donald Trump and what he's spewing is letting us know who are just blatantly racist and who's with you and who's not. Just period. Because a lot of us have had friends, YT friends, and then all of a sudden this happened, and then you realize, oh, okay, this was just surface level. When it makes a difference and my life is on the line, even when it doesn't affect you, you still gonna choose pushing me down over, America, obviously. And then now, since you have permission to be racist, you have permission to spew hate, you have permission to think that you're better, and you took advantage of that. So the good thing about it is we get to see who they are. We don't have to guess
Yeah, he
so
did
much anymore.
embolden them.
Yeah, we don't have to guess as much anymore. So that I'm not gonna lie, that is the good thing about it. Because when Trump, especially like Black for Trump, come across my timeline, I block him immediately.
Mm.
I don't algorithm me with any of that. I don't want to see it. I've tried already going in there. They block you as soon as you say anything about some facts. I've never, I know that I've never been disrespectful. I've never called them, you stop it, fucking idiot. I didn't do any of that thing, and they block you as soon as you provide any fact, and that's just not what I want to do. But I want to know who you are. So when this is over, don't bring your ass back over here.
Exactly.
And two, what you're literally what you're doing, the honesty, Trump Bay, and advocating, and then for what's right, no matter if it's against another white T person who's being racist, to stand up for somebody, a person of color, understanding and being honest. Understanding and honesty is the first key. Yes, we are inherently racist. We do have privilege, and then when it's time for you to exercise your privilege to put somebody else down, do you take advantage of it? Or are you fair? Or are you fair, which is very important. And I just want to say, too, thank you for doing the work, and please just
Oh,
continue to do so.
Oh no, you don't have to say thank you. I'm just doing what's like morally correct and right. I appreciate the thank you, but saying it's sad that you have to say thank you in the first place.
I agree.
But I did have a story pertaining to that, if I may, real quick, just 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tell you firsthand how I've benefited from YT privilege. A couple years ago, when I getting off the bus from work, I get off the bus, 5 cop cars pulled up, right, and because I resembled another YT suspect that they were looking for, they pulled me aside and told me to put my hands up, and I did. You know what they let me do? They let me reach into my back pocket without yelling at me to grab my wallet to show them my ID. And I can tell you right now, if I wasn't YT, that story would have went completely different. And it's sad that we still live in a world like that today. And when you bring up systemic racism and people like to say, oh, we're race baiting, like that one deep douche last night, sorry. It's like, come on, man. It's clear, like, George Floyd should still be alive. It doesn't matter that he was a criminal or had some trouble in his past. He should be alive right now.
I agree. And another thing is just holding your counterpart accountable.
I try.
When you see them doing something like, no, brother, that's racist or that's wrong. That's unfair, because just with men, they're not holding other men accountable, which allows them to think that everything is okay. So even with like racism, just holding your counterparts accountable.
Oh, I do try with that. I get called a simp, and I get called out. I think I mentioned it on your live before, like last night. Like, I get called out for virtue signaling all the time, and I'm like, I'm sorry that your toxic masculinity is blinding you to what actual wokeness is, not the negative crap that you're calling it out for.
See something, say something. Yes.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Thank you for that, Trumpist Bay. I appreciate you so much for coming up and asking the question.
Absolutely, and keep the good work going.
Thank you.
Sabrina, Free, I'm gonna hold you guys if you don't mind, unless you two have to jump for anything. I was gonna hold you for last. Is that okay?
I'm chilling. That's perfect.
Okay. Free, you good?
I think I can. It just depends on how long. I got to put her down for a nap and do it. Like, I am going to pass out when she passes out.
Okay, well, go ahead and ask your question now then. Free, you have the floor. What do you have for Jesse?
Hey guys. I'm so exhausted from a 2-year-old birthday party. I'm still recovering. It's worse than a hangover. I'm telling you. Yes, first of all, I stumbled on you by pure accident. Nobody referred me to you or anything. Once a week, I go, let me go find myself a new content creator and see what they got. And I don't know what it was. I scrolled past you and I said, wait a minute, let me go back. And I went back and I sat there. And the reason I follow you is because I learned from you about myself. You have taught me to chill the fuck out. Because I guess I get so impatient sometimes, and I'm more so too passionate because I've just been like in direct fire of it, pew pew of it. I don't know if that's the same thing, or walking on hot coals in my past career, that you've taught me how to remember how to be a civilian again. You've helped me like withdraw, say, okay, you learn from that. You've helped me with that. And you and others have inspired me to get on here and start speaking my truth. With that, what mistakes have you made that you advise others not to make when trying to reach people? You can't use what I just used. See how I took that? I took that one. You got to go somewhere else. You got to go somewhere else with it. What mistakes have you made as a content creator or trying to communicate to people that you would advise others not to do, especially on this platform? Over.
I mean this in the most. Let me see. Let me use mine.
You don't have to answer now. I'll get ready for the nap and I'll just sit quiet and listen. And I don't have to stay up here and take a block either. Oh, wait, you want to say bye-bye? No.
Hey, Pumpkin. Hey, Aria.
She said no. Okay. That's how you know she's ready for bed. But you don't have to stay up here. You can just, I'll sit down in the comments and you can answer when you're ready.
Okay.
All right. Well, and thank you for that free, and I'll throw it out because
Thank
I
you.
have a
That's a good
quick answer
question.
for that as well.
Hmm.
The one thing that I learned is that you can't reach everybody where they are. I mean, I think that's like a big thing that I try to do, and I pride myself to be able to talk to different people on different levels. But I've learned that not everyone is gonna have a genuine and honest conversation with you, so you can't just meet everyone where they are. So yeah, I've had to learn that at a certain point you just gotta go. That's enough. That's
Hmm.
it. So that's it for me.
Yes, and as far as one, he's right. Sometimes you got to be on your Harriet Tubman shit, and you just gotta leave him at the station.
Hmm.
Okay. And two, just having more, which I also too love and respect about the Santana panel, having control over your panel. I get a sensory overload anyway, so I don't even like to do more than just me and the MAGA,
Hmm.
and maybe one other either mod or somebody can come up for an expert, because one too many people and everybody is not as patient,
Hmm.
and sometimes they will go a little crazy and say a little things. And with that being said, I'm proud of Duchess. She had went off on somebody once.
Can you tell Duchess to follow me?
Jones,
Like
are you talking
that's
about MAGA?
1 second, my friend.
Oh, my bad, man.
No
I'm sorry.
worries. Um, uh, can you tell Duchess to follow me? Because that's like the only person that's been on your panel that I'm like, I freaking love her. And I follow her,
Hmm.
and she's never followed me back. And I normally don't, ask people to follow me. But can you put a word in for me with Duchess?
I definitely
Oh
will
my
when she
gosh,
comes back. I'm so proud of her.
she's so dope.
Um, yeah, she went off one night, and then the live got banned, and I got a 2 week ban. I had to like appeal it.
Hmm.
But then, I talked to her about it, obviously respectfully, and she came back and she has been baby girl has been on her best Jasmine Crockett behavior ever since. I love her. I appreciate her. And I'm proud of her, knowing that she's a little bit younger and she knows so much as well. And just to watch her grow is a beautiful thing too. So I love that. It was raw and hilarious. It was hilarious, but we also too got to remember what the mission is and not
Absolutely.
jeopardize it either
Abs-
when by letting somebody else steal our joy and get us out of
Absolutely.
character. Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. All right, Miss Research. Miss Research, what question do you have for Jessica Simone?
I basically have a comment. Hey, beautiful.
Wait,
How
wait,
are
wait, wait, wait,
you?
wait. Hold on. I just want to be fair and transparent.
Okay.
If you don't have a question,
Okay.
you're gonna
Okay.
get kicked.
Jessica, how did you get your hair? Ha ha ha. I'm going to get you, Santana. How did you get your white when your hair was white? What was that process like? See,
Yeah.
Santana? Uh huh. Yeah, I got you.
I actually have it. I'm glad you said that because I recorded a video to kind of show people how it is. And if you go to my AMAZON link in my bio, I know sometimes they be triggering. They don't want you to say it, other stuff.
I
But
understand.
it has all of the products that I use. But basically, I bleach it, put it on for an hour under a cap, wash it out, bleach it again immediately for an hour, and wash it out, and then it's white. Now,
Okay.
sometimes
It's
it
really
can get a little
beautiful.
burning. Thank you. It's
That's
still
when I
white.
first found you. Your hair, I have to say that your hair drew me, but since I was just messing with Santana because that's what I do with people sometimes to kind of break the ice. But I was gonna say, so how do you find? And I heard you say that you may be neurospicy. Is that correct?
Neural spicy.
Yeah, that's neurodivergent. You said
Mm.
that you
That you get
had
sensory
um,
overload.
yeah,
Yeah.
sensory
Oh yeah, yeah,
overload.
yeah.
Yeah. And so I am that way as well. And I know that I want to have a certain way about me when I do my lives. But
Hmm.
what do you think? Because I've thought about doing like one person at a time to kind of quell some of that. But what would be any additional advice you would give people as to kind of combat the sensory overload?
The best way is one at a time.
Okay.
And then like if I'm not an expert in something, like I tell my mods, like if you see somebody come and say, I know about this, bring them up, have them put their input,
Mm-hmm.
and then, we'll drop them back down afterwards.
Okay.
because eventually, the more people you get, the more mouths, and everybody, like, again, it's not going to be. I don't know how patient you are, but I do know I do have a lot of patience, but it took a lot of work, and a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
are passionate about it. So when some maggots say certain things,
Mm-hmm.
um, people are going to chime in and come off of mute and say something, to that effect because they're passionate about it. And I get it. And I get it. But still, we want to make sure we're able to have the conversation. So I would recommend one at a time. And that's another reason why I am able to do Santana's panel because there is a lot of structure and control of, allowing everybody to speak or going one at a time. So it's not a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
yelling. 'Cause I'm like, I don't even like going into lives where all they're doing is yelling, 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 yelling. I'm like, okay, this is too much.
Right.
So
And
definitely
because,
one at a time.
well, thank you for that input. And that person that you asked about, I did put in the comment who the creator was that kind of brought them around and really did
Oh.
put in the work. It was a collective effort. It was her and several of her mutuals. But if
Mm-hmm.
I recall correctly, he did vote for VP Harris
I saw
and
I
actually
saw that.
showed
Oh.
proof.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
you said that.
and showed proof. So it's not I mean I know some I mean it's like you said the Harriet Tubman
Hold
thing.
on.
You gotta leave them
DJ.
behind. Yeah, DJ.
Hold
I
on. Because
can
I could have sworn she was for
I can send you I can DM you her
Trump.
at. But yeah, I know it was her, and then it was. I mean, it was a team effort. But she was the one that actually like talked to him on the phone type.
Mm.
I
Oh, okay.
mean,
Okay. This is
and
another word. I thought
yeah.
somebody close to her is a black lady for Trump, and I end up blocking her.
Oh
It-
no, no,
yeah,
it's
that's I'm like, so how did she do
DEEJ.
this? Got you.
She put in the work. She put in the work. I mean, he kind of waffled back and forth a little bit, and but she really, I have to give her, she had the patience of Job, as they say, because she put in the work and she showed him things and he was, you have to be kind of open to it, and he was open to it, believe it or
Mhm.
not. So
That's crazy because
I
he was
think
going
this
so
is the
fast.
same guy. Was he a truck driver?
It could have been. Sound like it could have
Yeah.
been Big Mo.
Yep.
Yeah, he was going
Yeah.
fast out of my life. He
Yeah.
was like, I was like, oh no, that's not no.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, she put in the work and he actually voted because I think what had happened was, and I'm going to end here, I think his family were Harris supporters.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was some challenges there, but nice talking to you. Keep up the fantastic work.
Thank you, Miss Lisa.
And I look forward to seeing that white hair again because it was fire. It really
Thank
was.
you, thank you,
Okay.
thank you. That's
Thank
my
you,
signature. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Santana.
Thank you so much for coming up with
Okay.
the wonderful questions.
Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Mag could be mad at my white hair. They're like, "That's why your hair blonde." I'm like, "What the fuck does
You
that
know what? I was
mean?"
gonna say that earlier. I heard the lady yesterday say, "You sitting up here with this blonde hair." I was like, "What are you talking about? Where did that come
And
from?" Okay,
you probably got a lace front on, so please
what?
leave me alone.
Yeah. Jess, I guess just I mean, because we've been doing this now for almost 2 hours, and I know
Gotcha.
it's really like been 30 minutes, or I said it would be a 30-minute interview. We just kind of roll. But how much more time do you have?
Whatever you guys need.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, because there's two more people waiting, and I didn't want to bring anybody else in if we wanted to go ahead and
Oh yeah. Okay. Just whoever's in the queue right now, we'll clear it out, and then
okay,
that'll be it.
okay, that's it.
I have not eaten today yet.
I have not either. I've had coffee. I've made it through my one cup, and I've been drinking water. So this is it. This is it. The boxes are now closed. Thank you for anyone else who might have possibly had a question, but thank you. And this one person looks like they're gonna time out. So there's that. So let's go with Air Force retired. Air Force retired. How are you today?
Good afternoon. How you all doing?
Wonderful,
Amazing.
wonderful. What question do you have for Jessica Cymone?
But first, sir, let me give you props. I'm 66 years old. I came across your live about 2 nights ago, I really enjoyed the intellect and conversation that you have on your live, and I've started listening to ever since.
Oh,
And
thank you.
Miss Jessica, I haven't never really listened to your live, but I got you. I got to follow, but I'm gonna start listening to your lives because I listened to you today. And I said, okay, I'm gonna listen to her. But anyway,
Thank
my
you.
my
Let me
question is
wait,
from
wait. Let me say this real quick. If you like my lives, I promise you're gonna love Jessica's way more. And I'm not just.
oh, I believe you.
I
I
swear,
believe it.
I swear to God, I'm not just saying this, but like, cause I listen to a lot of different lives. I go up on people panels or whatever. Legitimately, and this is no BS. I'm not blowing smoke with Jessica. Yours is my favorite. I literally will sit for hours and just listen. So, but I'm
He
sorry. Go ahead.
gassing me up.
No, swear to
No,
God.
just for me sitting here listening to you all to this morning, it's that's led me to say, okay, I'm gonna start listening to her lives too. But anyway, my question is simple, and I was somebody kind of answered it, actually that somewhat differently this morning.
Hmm.
But me being a 66-year-old man, I'm in a different generation. How do you deal with the young black men that support Trump when they come into your life to be very confrontational and do not want to resist? And do you have any success with getting the message across to a breakthrough to them to pierce that veil, so to speak?
I feel like some of them, as a woman, or they're what, Gen Z. I'm a millennial. There's maybe a little bit of respect there. Sometimes I just ask questions. I ask questions, which again allows them to speak because they just want to be heard if they're not trolling, and ask them where they get it from, and then show them what I have and what it says and where to find it. So providing the resources and asking questions provokes even more so critical thinking. Like, did you hear that somewhere or did you read that somewhere? Did somebody tell you that? Do you know where you can find that information? Why do you believe it to be true? Just to be like, oh, damn, I am just regurgitating what somebody said. I didn't read that anywhere. Or, and then providing them with the source of the truth. It kind of debunks what they say, so they have to go back and think about it. Because once the seeds are planted, sometimes they come back and water them, sometimes they don't, but it also always have an opportunity to sprout for sure. And yeah, I've had a few breakthroughs, and again, those things like that make me keep me going. Just like his name was Africa, I think he was an immigrant before, and also a veteran. He was in the army branch, I think, and he was, we're going back and forth about Trump. And then literally like 2 weeks later, he comes back in the live. He's like, I'm been caramelized. I looked up all the research you told me. Why am I voting for Trump? And then he came up on the panel and was arguing with a MAGA about why they should vote for VP Kamala Harris. And he just told, was like, thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I cried that day too. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you. And he came with facts. He came back to the live with actual facts. And I thought that was so beautiful.
A statement you said earlier, and I had a young man one time that was 28 years old that I met a couple years ago, and
Hmm.
he was into the music industry, and he was into that rap music, and he mostly presented his rap music at strip clubs, that
Hmm.
that booty type slapping music. And I
Hmm.
said, why don't you rap about telling our black youth to be engineers, doctors, lawyers? Why don't you put music out like that? He just ignored me,
Hmm.
and it kind of hurt my heart. I'm going like, we still struggling in this country, and why don't you put something positive out there? And then I was looking at the news this morning, and then I saw a black man, a young black man, because he had a baby in a stroller. He said,
Oh.
"I'm going to vote for a person that dodged a bullet versus a person that won't answer questions." And I
Hmm.
thought to myself, did he not see VP Harris on the Fox News interview with Brett Baier?
Hmm.
I said, golly, what? I just don't know. It hurts my heart because, like I say, I didn't go into the mountain. I'm heading to the valley because of my age. I know where I'm going. I know the
Hmm.
road I'm getting ready to do. We all gonna do that, but it just hurts my heart for young black men, especially you all young black intelligent women, getting the message out there and very positive about it and articulate that message very logically. And they just, I don't know, I just don't understand it. Why you clenching onto somebody that has no moral, has no character? I don't understand that.
I
Well, they
just don't.
probably feel like they have no moral or no character. They resonate in some type of way. Maybe they see mediocre in him and think that, oh, I could be great and be mediocre because I'm mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they resonate with him in some type of way. Because at the end of the day, and also too, when they say somebody dodged a bullet, do you think his ear just grown back?
Mm.
Have you ever been pum pum? Don't you have a scar? Like, think critically, man. Think very critically. Like, oh, he got pum pum, and now he just got a new ear, no stitches, no scars, no nothing by a quote unquote AR-15. Think a little bit more logically and see the play. And I expect, especially black people, to see the play.
Mm.
Scammers in Atlanta, they be scamming left and right. How y'all not see the play? Y'all be playing motherfuckers left and right. Now you can't see the play that's happening right here in your face. Um, but yeah, so I just challenge them to think a little bit critically.
Well, tomorrow they open up voting in Texas tomorrow, and I'll make sure I'm gonna be right there to put
I'm
my
gonna be
vote in.
right there with you.
You know, I live about 30 miles north of Dallas, and I'm gonna go. If I could wear a shirt there to the voting, I would say vote for VP Harris, but I can't. But that's okay. But I thank you for allowing me up there, sir. You all have a
Yes,
good day.
y'all. Don't worry anything to figure out who vote they need to try to throw out or nothing. Go up there all the way neutral. Sometimes it ain't even about representing or being scared. It's just about being smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You all have a good
absolutely.
day now.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Um,
Elbash, you
hold on.
think it was?
We're not going to talk to Elbass. Hawk, did you mean to come up?
Is that one of the ones that
No, I did.
subscribe
I
just
thought you brought me up.
No, I saw you. I was like, I know he ain't mean to come on, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on this panel anyway. I knew you didn't mean to
yeah.
do that.
No, I did not, but I appreciate it. Y'all had a sounds like y'all had a good afternoon.
We did. We did. I
Yes.
appreciate you, my brother.
No problem.
All right. One comment that I want to make real quick to what he was saying. I think when it comes to young black men, the one thing that I've had success with, as far as them specifically, is trying to connect with them. Right? I mean, I'm a millennial myself, and so it's a little bit different for someone who is older, but I can somewhat connect with them, and I definitely think that they appreciate being challenged with critical thought, but also more than that, just saying like, "You really believe that?" Like Jessica just said, like, "Come on now, like think that through." And to your point, I remember around the same time that it happened, I cut my finger while I was washing dishes, right? And it took weeks for that cut just to heal on my finger. But yet, Jimothy's ear grew back within a couple of days. So I don't know. Just doesn't make sense to me. Anywho, last but not least, Sabrina, how are you?
Hey,
Hey
gorgeous.
guys.
Hey, hey.
I look crazy right now because I woke up
No,
at
you
one
look
o'clock.
amazing, darling.
So
What question you got for Jessica?
I might have missed the question earlier because I was cleaning. So you mentioned some of the things that you did in the past. So right now, with your current situation, are you fully an like doing influencing, or are you doing different things on the side, or like what do you see yourself doing in the next year, like as far as like where you're at right now versus um, in the next year from now? Like, will you take on other different side hustles, and if so, what would that look like? Because obviously you've already done so much like in the past, right? So
Hmm.
I think I missed that because you were talking about the modeling and stuff, and I was too busy even commenting. But yeah.
No problem. You know what? My mom always say if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So I should plan something. Um, but I literally don't know. And I think about sometimes about how obviously if TikTok is here, I'm still on your tick. I love to shop. I don't love to shop for Bay. Okay, treat yourself. So obviously I'll be doing TikTok shop. I love creating content, probably even more so getting more into more of the skits. Maybe there'll be political skits. You just don't know. However I feel, I kind of go with it. it's better to go with the flow than to try to swim upstream. Um, but I was thinking about how I merged the two, as far as like politics and being a writer, producer, and actress, like coming up with some type of I want to maybe write or create some type of script that is somewhat parallel to what is happening, and maybe even from a live streamer's perspective, and the things that are going on, maybe different narrative, different stories. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about putting that together, so I really don't know. I just know I am all in on you guys. You guys have all of my time and attention and focus. I'm all in on the research, and just because this is like number one and what's most important at the moment. Because this could be like like depending on what happens, can decide what I'm able to do in a year. You know, so I think this is what's most important right now.
No, I love that. And the reason why, like, well, first of all, I want to give you your flowers because, like, when Free came up and was talking about how she just ran across your page, I
Hmm.
remember um,
Hey
when this
Sabrina,
campaign's,
I don't know if it's just me. Do you hear that, Jessica?
I did. I thought it was my mic.
No,
it's a little petty.
yeah, you sound like a robot for a second. Like a Autobot or a
Like a
Decepticon.
robot. What about now?
You still a little
What
bit
about now?
you still a
It'd
little
probably
bit
be your headphones.
yeah, you still a little bit Optimus Primey, but it's good.
Can you hear me now?
That's perfect. Yep.
Perfect.
AirPods
It
do
was
that
my.
sometime.
I know, and it just said it was dying too. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I wanted to give you your flowers because when Free came up here and was saying that she just came across your page when this election like took its course back in July when Kamala Harris became the candidate, I told myself that I wanted to make a contribution to the campaign, right? But you know, each of us can do so little.
Hmm.
I think all of us are in different places in the country, and
I appreciate it.
I was like, what was that?
It was a DJ with a cat.
Yeah, I saw like a clock come out there. So I had started my lives, and then I scroll on TikTok to look at different influencers and stuff. And when I saw yours, I remember it was like right when I got off of one of my lives. It was late as hell, and you were up, and you guys were talking about something. I don't remember what it was, but I just remember I was looking at you, and like there's something about you, and I'm sharing this because like I used to be an influencer for 8 years. Like I ran a network marketing business solely on social media, made 6 figures for 8 years. Like I've done all the things in the influential like world, and
Oh, you can
so
help me.
yeah, for sure. I'll help you. I grew my platforms and like I did all the things, right? And so I don't think that people realize the mental that it takes, right? And the mental health is like huge because it's like you gotta really like recharge yourself. And even though people like can give you your flowers left and right, it's like you still don't feel like it's like enough or that you're really making an impact, and because we feel so small in such a big world. And so with you, that you have the humor, you have the patience, you have um, you've created like a safe space, and I feel like the power is in the community.
Mm.
And and I'm gonna keep like promoting you and telling people to come through and do all those things because it can grow so big for you where like you could take this entire platform and move it somewhere else if you wanted to, right? Because people will follow you. Like people aren't following you because of the election. People are following you and listening to you because of who you are. And never lose that, and just always remember that, like, because it's just how you like. You could be talking to me about something completely different, not even about no like election. I'll be like right there listening to you, right? And so, and I think Santana can attest to that too, because you've obviously made an impact with him, and like now I get connected with Santana too. But it's like it's a rippling effect, and me being somebody who did this for 8 years, like I look at how many lives I've changed in 8 years, and like I took a career path change, and that was the hardest thing I had to do because I felt like I left a lot of people behind because I had such a huge following and all the things. But, once you start this thing and you keep doing it, like it could get so friggin' big, you're not even gonna know what to do with it. So definitely create a brand for yourself and who you are, because people are gonna follow who you are as a person, because there's just a light in you that's just different, right? And so um just remember to take care of yourself and fill your cup too, because that matters. And however we can support you in the community that you created, we're here for it. And just want to say I love you. And that's
I
it.
made it all the way to the end. I didn't have to drop not one tear. Okay.
Girl, it's all good. It's all good. But to be
First of
honest
all, I
with you,
thank you.
like it's not like I'm not here to, like, I don't, like, I only speak the truth if I feel it, or I just won't say anything at all. And so, like, there's so much power in the community that you're creating. And like, there's so many people that have come together, and I hope that, like, one day we can all, like, I know I joke around and say come to Florida, but like, you are always welcome. Anybody in that chat and the community you created is welcome, because in a world that's so big, staying connected and feeling like you have a place and you have a voice and everything is so important. And you're really going to groom like some incredible people out of like your community, because you're going to see people probably go do lives and go do other things that they never thought that they could actually do. And it's all because you sat in front of the computer and you got up, and like that shit's hard. Like I be trying to rock with you like through the whole live, and I'm exhausted. I'm like
Thank you. You get me. You understand? Yes. It doesn't. Like I say, you guys keep me going, and I appreciate that. That means a lot to me, because that means that if we all get better, we all live more prolific lives, and we all get to do things we never thought we could do. Live our dreams, be better, contribute more to our country better, or our world. Because some people may be indifferent. Like there's people that come up from the UK, there's people that come up from Canada, there's people that come up in different countries as well. So just to be able to have any type of impact, and that means a lot. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and that makes just confirms that I'm living in my purpose. I love people. People are my passion, for
and
sure.
anything that you do, trust me, you're gonna shine. Like it takes a certain person. Like I remember when I quit my full-time job and I went into network marketing, and like I built like I did influencing and I did all this stuff. I built communities and businesses like all around the US virtually. And I remember everybody doubted me. And it was like it shifted from one point to the next when I saw that I was leading so many people, right? It's like a scary thing because you're like, these people are counting on me to show up every day. So I know you kind of feel that pressure too when like, you have to go live because, people are like leading when it's like you're tired or like you're this and that. So just know like we feel you, we understand. We understand. And, if there's anything that we like, I could speak for me and I'm sure most of the people in the community, but if there's anything that we can do personally to help you, if it means like promoting you on certain platforms and stuff like that, like it's really just a collaboration. But I'm not in that industry anymore, and I see it in you. I see a lot of myself in you, and it's just it's having that it factor, like the ability to connect more spiritually than ever before, and like really see people on a different level than like you know just basic communication. Like I go into lives and I'm like, this shit ain't for me, right? Like I go into your live and it's like everybody gets a chance, but it's like you're really trying to find out about those individuals, and like it's a different type of connection. But at the end of the day, I respect it so much because I'm telling you, like you got that it factor, and I love that you like did all the things in the past because I did that shit too. And like it's just a process of elimination as to like what really like sets your soul on fire, and then you just run with that shit.
Yes.
I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of you too,
Thank
Santana.
you. I love you. I appreciate you, Sabrina.
No,
For sure.
listen, I appreciate that, and I want to double down and kind of echo that, and also welcome Polly Raid. Apparently, Jessica, we're getting raided again.
Raid.
Oh my
Razzle
gosh.
dazzle.
Uh,
And thank you for the power raid.
Yeah. No. Listen. I completely. I 1 trillion% agree with everything that you just said, and also, the I can appreciate your perspective, Sabrina and Jessica. I know you have the perspective as well. It's super interesting, and I think I'm like the newest to this whole thing, right? Because literally 2 months ago, I had 400 followers, and now I have 12,000, and it's weird doing these lives every night and having to talk to these different people, and then your inbox is blowing up, and then you're connecting with multiple people. It's a strange thing, and it takes a lot of energy and effort and attention to do it. And so, and Jessica, to Sabrina's point, like I got to give you your flowers because you deal with stuff on a different level that I don't. And I know I was messaging you about this last night, and again, it doesn't hit me. I remember one time I was watching, and I'll never get over this. I was watching your live, and you were having a conversation, and this was right before Hurricane Helene, and you were talking to a Trump supporter, and the Trump supporter, you were just talking. He was like, "Oh, I pray for everybody in the area," and the guy was like, "Why are you praying for them? You need to be praying for yourself if Kamala becomes president." And it stopped you dead in your tracks and brought tears to your eyes. And at that point, I was like, the amount of compassion and love that this person has is amazing, but like level of the level of stress, or like the just how much you have to take on to be able to do this for someone like you has to be tremendous. So yeah, I just appreciate everything that you do and how you do it. So
Thank y'all so much.
yeah,
I'm a big baby.
yeah, yeah.
I love my favorite tears are tears of joy. Like if
Hmm.
I watch a movie and it's a happy ending or a happy middle, I'm like, oh my god, like they're so happy. They feel. But yes. So thank y'all.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate it.
Sabrina, thank you for coming up. Thank you for the question. We appreciate you. Sabrina, you coming back to hang out tonight?
I have work tomorrow. Jess, are we going live?
Yeah, we are. Probably about 5 or 6. I have not eaten, so and now since it's been a while, now I really want something good. I
On
kind of want
Friday and Saturday
I
night,
want the
okay?
shrimp Alfredo blackened shrimp pasta. I don't know
Mm,
where the fuck I'm gonna find it from, but that sounds really good right now.
I gotta
But
get
yeah,
something
now I
too.
want to go out and get something to eat good.
I
I
know
apologize
that's
for the
right.
and new Santana's.
Listen,
Thank you, Lady
listen,
Jasmine.
listen. So I was in Canada yesterday, and if you guys are ever in Vancouver, there's this place called Jam Cafe in Vancouver. Their food is so good, so good. The last time I was there, I had Elvis pancakes where they put bananas and bacon in the pancakes. But yesterday I had like this
Ooh.
flying Hawaiian sandwich. It was just so good. It was fried chicken. Anyway, I want good food. But anyway, Sabrina, thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you,
And
Santana.
I
I'll be
love you,
back for your
Sabrina. Thank
live.
you.
Count me in on the weekends, I promise. I'll be
hey,
there.
sounds
And if
good.
This
you
Sunday,
change your
yeah.
time,
I'm gonna go
let
6.
me know.
That way you won't have to stay up too late, because
Yeah,
then I get too
Okay, I
busy.
appreciate you. Thank you guys. All right, love you.
absolutely.
Bye.
Have a great day,
Love you.
Sabrina.
Bye, Erica.
Um, uh, I want to say last but not least, but two quick things. So one, Free wants you to answer her question. I saw that in the comments.
Hmm.
And two, one person, Albert, he asked a question. He wanted to hear both of our thoughts. I'm gonna make it really quick. He said, "What do you think about Elon Musk paying $100 to get people out to vote in Pennsylvania?" I think Elon Musk is he is disgusting. Period. Right. I mean, he is a threat to our country because of everything that he's doing to trying to buy this election so he can buy himself a president. And I think he is dishonest on so many levels. And I hate what he has done to my favorite app, the Twitters, because I love the Twitters. So, Jess, you have a quick reply to that?
um, Sagittarius, are you still in here? Because at the end, I want to gift my highest gifter a subscription to your live.
Oh, okay.
Um, if you have to pay people to vote for your candidate, it's probably not the best candidate.
Mm,
I just want you to sit with that.
yep. Yep.
Why aren't we voluntarily choosing them?
Yep. And
Okay.
You know what, Jessica? That's the thing that drives me crazy because people like, oh, Kamala Harris is paying you. You're paid by the DNC. Like, no, I'm doing this for free because like I believe in this. Like, I'm giving up
Yes.
my time and sending literally Kamala Harris and her campaign money and buying her merch and all this other stuff. Like, I wish they would pay me, but no, I'm doing this because I
Sacrificing
believe
my
in it.
platform, because when you talk about politics, you tend to lose people. And I spent a lot of time building it up, but I don't care. This is something that I believe in. This is something I wholeheartedly will go. You couldn't pay me $1 million to get up here and lead my people to motherfucking Trump. That's what you couldn't do.
What? There is not.
That's what you could
Listen.
not do.
I love the capitalism. I love the shmoney. You could not pay me enough to get me to sell my soul for Donald Jimmy Trump. That's just it. So
So all of the donations y'all saying, I appreciate y'all. So if you think if they are my DNC, okay. Anytime you say thank you for the cash up, that's my DNC, okay. And I do take a portion of that weekly, and I donate to the VP Kamala Harris campaign.
I take a portion of mine weekly and donate it to the Santana Alcohol Fund. So
Come on, that too.
yeah.
Now when y'all say drinks on me, that go to my drink, okay.
E, you have the last question for Jessica Cymone.
Yes. Hey, Jess.
Sarah.
Hey, love. How are you today?
Before you ask your question, can I just say that I hope you had a great time last night.
Hey, listen,
I
if you
did.
haven't seen her stories or whatever, she was turning
On
up.
what?
Oh, she
On
posted
Instagram
stuff
or
on
TikTok?
she posted stuff on the TikTok. She was showing out. She was showing out. I'm actually surprised that she's coherent right now. She posted something with like a drink and she's like, I don't know what this is, but it was free, so I'm gonna drink it.
Last night I said I hope that little dress is moving left and right and she is dancing on somebody with their hand in her. Like I hope her tongue out like ah.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay, perfect. That means you had a good time.
Yes. A few car naps were involved. No, but Jess, to piggyback off of what Sabrina was saying is that I found you because my favorite auntie joined your panel. And I was like, who is this? Who this lady? Oh, she funny as hell. Okay. And so I was like, follow. My aunt's a true blue Democrat, like true blue to the core.
Your auntie, okay?
Yeah, my auntie Cheryl. And so
I know her.
yeah.
Shut up, Auntie Cheryl. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So, with that being said, the question that I have for you, oh, also with you being a Gemini too, that was
What day is yours
definitely
again?
May 31st.
Okay, June 20th.
Yep.
My
oldest
son
crazy,
is
don't
June 3rd.
Oh, yay.
Really?
Geminis.
Let's
Twin
go.
powers activate. But no, my question for you, because you spoke about, just being authentically you. And I'm new to this space. I think I've probably been doing this just as long as Santana has, like in this space in TikTok. And how do you deal with the negativity, basically? Because that's one of the things that I haven't been able to deal with yet. So that's what kind of keeps me like in the background. So for you, how do you deal with the negativity and just be you?
Stay out the comments.
Stay out the comments.
Stay out the comments. That's why I tell them, because they're gonna come in and say all kind of things, and then also too when people say certain things about you and it triggers you. Not, I mean, I get like, oh, like girl, please, whatever. You said something about my hair, But if it really hurts you to your soul, maybe look in where I'm like, why does that affect me? Why does when they say that? Why do I agree with them?
That
Why
part.
do I agree with them? It's usually the things that do trigger the most are things that we have untapped issues that we have not dealt with, and that's why it's really important to do the shadow work and to be honest with yourself about the things that you don't like, and then ask the next question: why I don't like it? When was the first time that I realized that I didn't like this certain thing or it affected me? Who was the person that inflicted it on me? Why does their opinion matter? Is it true? Does it validate who I am? Because appearances have nothing to do with mindset either.
That is true.
So none of that. So it's just again all about the self work because the more self work that you do and honestly and ask those deep questions and be honest with the answers are. I mean, we might not like some of them, and some are like, "Oh, that may make me look like a bad person," but baby, you're working it out through your own first of all. So it's your it's your own thoughts. Maybe you had a bad time. Maybe you were going through something and you was making the wrong decisions. There was a time when a decision I made. This is when I really understood too the real influence of music. Listen to a certain type of music, and I was acting a certain type of way and thinking something was okay for me that I knew has never been okay for me. That was never the way I operated. But
Hmm.
because I had been engulfed in it, I started making certain decisions. And if you play with fire, you get burned, and I got burned. And I ain't like that. I had to be
Jessica, were
honest with
you
myself.
listening to trap music and out there moving at work?
Baby, I stay on that trap music, okay? Come on now. Don't move that dope. No, just kidding.
Yep. That.
Like I said, I've lived quite a few lives. But that was not me because one thing I know about me is I don't have a problem doing the work. I don't have a problem doing hard work. I actually enjoy doing the work. I enjoy sharpening my tool. I enjoy being good at my craft. Because when I'm winning, I like to know that I did it authentically and not cheating. Because you're not really a winner. Then I want to feel like a winner. I don't want to look like a winner. I want to be
A winner.
a winner.
Yep.
But definitely, and it's okay to not really like some of the things that you say about yourself, but you just got to be honest and dig deep and keep asking the questions like, why I don't like that? Well, who said that? Why does their opinion matter? What did I want from them? Why did I need that from them? And then just continue to be your own bae. That's why I say every woman, especially everybody, but every woman should have mirrors all around their house. You need to walk by and say, God damn girl, you looking good today. Look at your smile. Look at that glow. Look at your hair. You put some extra time into yourself. Shit, look at that ass. Whatever the case may be, but big yourself up. Big
Oh,
yourself up, be your
I'm
bae.
smiling real hard. I'm taking all your words in, so of course. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jess. I
Of course,
appreciate
you
you.
are beautiful. I
One
love you
one thing
all.
that I'll say about that as well is I don't know. I guess you guys are different than me. I genuinely do not care when certain people say certain stuff because like I don't know you. You don't know me.
Hmm.
I value certain people' opinions, certain people' voices, and I come across and I will take in information. If you are sharing information and facts, I will always be receptive of that. But your opinion, one of my favorite quotes is from a great philosopher. I think one of a great philosopher goes by the name of Young Jeezy. He said,
Hmm.
"An opinion is like an Escalade. Everybody got one." And that really
Hmm.
hit hard because when that came out, I actually had an Escalade at that time. Yeah, yeah. No, Jeezy said opinions like Escalade. Everybody got one. I had Escalade at that time, and I was like, damn. Okay, but no, I like it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just say that, don't take everything to heart. Don't take everything personal, and understand that there is a level of separation, a level degree. If people are giving you facts and the facts hurt your feelings, then you need to reflect. But if people are sharing their opinions, you know, it's just your opinion.
Also,
Yeah.
too, that's low vibrational. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you're coming in and attacking the way that, especially I look, because like you said, the lady coming in, oh, you sit up here with your hair is all blind,
That was
whatever.
wild.
Yeah, and then some guy was like, "Oh, you look like you this." So I'm like, "Baby, I know I look good. That's how I know. That's a you problem.
Hmm.
They haven't unpacked their own trauma. That's low vibrational conversation. It's low frequency conversation. They don't have the intellect to even have a real conversation. So there's no way I'm gonna come down all the way to the bottom of this pyramid, come up off my throne and play with these peasants.
Mm-hmm.
Queen doesn't come off the
Call
throne
it.
to play with the peasants. Okay, now don't get it fucked up. I almost got off. I had my big toes barely hanging on to the throne a couple of times. But you gotta just remember it's a them issue. It's not a you issue. And like Santana say, they don't know you. You don't know me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
And they
Perfect.
not only that, they won't even come up here with their face.
Exactly. Listen.
That is
Wait.
true
Listen.
too.
Listen.
Like,
I'll say this real quick
We got
for
so much to
whoever's
say.
watching. For whoever's watching, because I know it's on like 166 of you guys right now, and this isn't our normal crowd. But for any of you weirdos that are in my comments on my videos, that send me DMs, that keep tagging me in videos for some reason. I've said this multiple times, and I will say it again. If you don't want to come up on the panel and have a conversation, I don't have anything to say to you.
Yeah.
I told Nick and hate from outside the club.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't even get in.
Like go be a weirdo somewhere else. If you want your voice heard, then come and say it to my face.
Yep.
And also too, with having the knowledge of Russia with their information warfare, I'm not going to argue with no bots.
No. Nope.
Because
There you go.
how I'm not gonna let you steal a computer with some programming and steal my joy. And I'm arguing with a computer. I'm not gonna do that. And you have to come up here and talk to me. And then half of y'all getting paid too. I hear your talking points. You have no comeback. No. I'm not even gonna give you the power to steal my joy. And also too, whenever I did used to quote Bible scriptures, I would quote 2 Thessalonians 3:10, you don't work, you don't eat. And then add on to that, I'd be like, you don't grind, you don't shine, which is GZ as well. But
It is
The
GZ.
philosopher, young Jeezy. Yeah. E, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you so much.
Of course. See you tonight.
Have a good
Bye,
one.
Jess.
Bye. I'll see y'all later.
Hey Jess, I would be remiss if I didn't bring back up Free question from earlier because
Oh, yeah.
you still have not answered Free's question. So I don't know if you remember it or Free wants to hop
Yes,
back
I
up for a
do.
second. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Like they say, girl, you is too nice. Sometimes not telling people, can you go ahead and land that plane? Ain't gonna lie, I've hired some mods to be the bad cop. We play good cop, bad cop. So I can sit there and then freak and be like, excuse me, sir, I'm gonna need you to land your plane. But structure. Obviously I didn't know how big it was gonna get, but and even in manifesting and hoping that it's something that's impactful, come up with some structure. So I had to, reset, put out some actual rules, for the mods and understand that it's okay. It's not like, oh, you trying to tell me what? Well, obviously it's my platform, but it's not. I don't have to think that you trying to tell me what to do. We're going to create structure, and just sitting down and setting those rules is very important, and also sticking to those rules too. 'Cause we get a little carried away sometimes, but even today we're going to do one-on-one and one mod at a time, or one expert at a time. Like a mod and an expert, drop the expert is, saying, damn, you being everybody like everybody. We done had
That's what I
free
was about to
raids
say.
since
We
we've been in
getting raided
y'all
by Brett
Santana,
now.
y'all. Can we get some W's in the chat for Santana, okay? Because he cool with everybody. Everybody done rated this thing. They love us from
gonna lie.
Santana, with good reason,
I
okay?
was literally gonna raid Brett. I promise you, every time that I want to raid somebody, like last night, like everybody welcome Brett raid. I promise you, I was gonna raid Brett.
Yes, y'all. Shout out to Santana, y'all. He's very popular here on this app with good reason. Really
know
good
about all
people.
that.
If y'all not giving him a follow, please do so. Right, Mickey Ficky now, okay?
Yeah.
And y'all I'm gonna say, make sure y'all donate to his nightly donation, but we ain't got there yet. But still, you can still cash app him
Cash App,
and
PayPal,
or
Venmo,
Venmo.
all the
All his
pay links in the
PayPal
bio.
is in his bio, you guys. Thank you so much.
Jessica's too though.
We finna go live. We got that right now. But y'all, shout out to the amazing host here. Yes, y'all. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no. Hey, how long until you go live?
So y'all, I'm gonna go get something to eat. So probably about like 5:30.
Okay,
So about
okay. So I can't send this raid to you then.
No. I'm hungry as fuck. Ain't no way. I thought about it too. If I'd have ate first, I was like, I'm gonna go live right after him, and then we can raid over there. But yeah, I appreciate the poly bread. And there was one other raid.
There
Doug.
was. Yep, Polly, Brett, and Doug. Polly, Brett,
Yes,
and
thank
Doug.
you.
Yeah.
Sound like the beginning of a joke.
Exactly.
Thank you, Eric.
Is that me or hold on?
Oh, that tapping, that's my clicker on your live.
It's a sound. Go mute for a second, Jess.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, come off mute, Jess. Okay. All right. There we go.
What does it sound like?
Oh wait. Okay. Go check a text message and come right back, Jess. Um. Okay. 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 All right. I think we're good now. I think we're good now. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Um. Jess. All right. Listen, we have been for 2.5 hours. It's supposed to be 30 minutes, Jess. Well, 30 minutes of questions and then like an hour or so. But people love you for good reasons. Like they definitely wanted to come up and speak to. I've done this for a couple of weeks now, and I don't think I've ever had this many people come up to ask questions. So
I love the people.
yeah, 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 yeah. But Jess, what would you like to leave the people with? I mean, I know you're talking about you going live in a couple hours. Any words of wisdom? Also, what do you have coming up next, or anything that you want to share?
First of all, I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank y'all for all the love and support. Thank you, Santana, for having me. Give me a follow if you have not done so. Tap the screen. We made it to 150. Let's go. Be you. Be you, darling. Be authentically you. However that may look. Don't be forced by um, anything. I'll just leave it at that. Anything. If you are of this community, that community, be you. Be proud of who you are. Love who you are. Love yourself. Be you and love yourself. You know what? Love yourself and be you. Okay. Thank you so much for listening.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Tree been with me since the very beginning. Very first live stream ever. Mhm.
Absolutely. Well, so I want to say this, guys. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed brunch with my creator today. This was an amazing brunch with my creator. We will have another. I already have next week lined up, so I'm super excited about that. I'm not gonna say who it is, but for any of my subscribers. Also, if you want to become a subscriber, go ahead and grab a subscription. Right, we have the whole what is it Subfest still going on, so subscriptions are discounted. And what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the information about who next week's brunch with my creator will be. um, yeah, I've already got that person lined up. I'm actually really, really excited about it. So if you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. You get access to the Discord where there's a bunch of information, a bunch of community, different channels, things like that. You get access to a fast pass where late nights with Santana, which is 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific every night. We do late nights with Santana. So if you're interested in coming up on the panel, you get a fast pass to come up on the panel, and you also get access to what's called a monthly kick. Jess, you haven't used your monthly kick yet.
No, I like to let people go ahead and say what they need to say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
baby, they mama was already yelling at them when they was a baby. They just want to come up here and talk. Go ahead and get it out, baby. Say what you want to say.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you get access to a monthly kick where if someone sends something that you don't like, you want to go ahead and kick them, you get to type in the chat, kick, and they're gone. So if you're interested in that, becoming a subscriber is the way that you do so. Again, you get access to the Discord. But for those subscribers that are not in the Discord yet, make sure you get into the Discord, because I drop exclusive information and content in the Discord. And I will be, I'll do a special announcement before we do the video, before we drop any information as far as who is going to be next week. Hold on one second.
Is Sagittarius in here?
I think so. I apologize, guys. I apparently misspelled what we're gonna do the raid for. Thank you.
Diavia?
Yeah.
Diava?
It's Diava.
Diava.
Diava Talks. Guys, we're gonna raid Diava Talks. Last but not least,
Oh, good. I want to gift you a subscription. Thank you so much for being my top gifter for today.
Hey, W's in the chat for Sagittarius. Jess, can we just say to the people to stay tuned?
Yes. Stay tuned. We have some things in the works in the future, you guys. So stay tuned.
Listen, if you guys like the collaboration between myself and Jessica Cymone, we'll just say stay tuned.
Yes. Put some W's in the chat.
W's in the chat. W's in the chat.
If you would like to see more.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, real quick, if you guys would like to see more of Jessica Cymone and Santana, let's get a quick yes or no. Your opinion. Would you like to see more? Yes or no? Real quick, real quick. Yes or no? Would you like to see more of Jessica, Cymone, and Santana?
And some motherfucking coconuts. Let's
And some
go.
motherfucking coconuts. Drop them motherfucking coconuts. All right, guys. Yeah, listen. We're gonna go do this raid. We're gonna go do Diava talks. We're gonna raid Diava talks. Let's put Santana raid. We are gonna raid Diava. Also, when Jessica is on, we're gonna be on. Jessica, you know I'll be in your live, and then of course we got late nights with Santana this evening. So guys, we have an opportunity to have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day, rest of the Sunday.
Yes.
Please make sure you're following Jessica. Please make sure you're following me. Let's go raid Diava. We will go do a Santana raid. Let's go strong. And I love you guys. And as always, Jessica, peace.
Peace.